today, but before, during or after, let me know, and I hope you enjoy the action as we jump onto the Battlefront. Yeah, I thought this would be a fairly easygoing stream tonight to jump into. Doing a little bit of the multiplayer experience of the Battlefront. I thought that might be interesting, and I hope you guys are going to enjoy the action. And this is the newer Battlefront 2, obviously. Sometimes we do the original Battlefront 2 because that one's still fun too. Perhaps even more fun at times as well, which I think is kind of humorous. But yeah, we are getting in here, and it looks like everything is kind of good, except for my green screen. Myself a little bit of a crease there. Put that up. Ooh, we leveled up. Fantastic. Slow internet connection. No, I don't think so. Why would I have a slow internet connection? Oh, maybe my cord got disconnected. That would be interesting. Maybe it's on Wi-Fi right now. That's very, very peculiar. I think maybe before I start killing people, I should take a look at that. I'm gonna quickly dip up to the top here. One sec, I'm gonna make sure that the Ethernet cord is actually plugged into the... No, it definitely is. That's weird. I don't know why it's slow internet. That's odd. Peculiar. Whatever. We'll still keep rolling here. Hello, folks. There's a rumor that Battlefield 6 might launch on Game Pass. I have heard that rumor. I was going to bring it up later in the stream because I thought it might be interesting. But yeah, there is a decent rumor out there. I don't know if you guys watched the stream last night, but I was kind of mentioning that a first-person shooter is rumored to launch day one on Game Pass this year. The rumor was, just an FPS game. And I was like, well, it's either going to be like, Back 4 Blood, or it's going to be Rainbow Six, or it might be Battlefield. And I was leaning less in the way of Battlefield because, obviously Battlefield's going to go to Game Pass later on. But maybe they're starting to see metrics that, Battlefield is such a good draw-in for people that it's a good thing for them to do. Or maybe, they get so much money from Microsoft that they're like, let's do it. But, if you're not familiar with the Battlefield franchise, it actually has a long history, marketing-wise, of being with Xbox. So, to me, it's not necessarily the craziest thing in the world that they would, want to do that, launch on Game Pass day one. And again, I don't know if this is 100% concrete. I don't know if the people leaking this are 100% accurate. It's just a very interesting rumor that is kind of plausible now, because we're going to have 2 games this month launch day one on Game Pass. The first being MLB The Show, and the second being, I guess technically the first was Outriders, and the second being MLB The Show, but MLB The Show is kind of a big one to get, just because that one's sort of a funny, cheeky sort of situation, if I may say so. Definitely interesting for that one. So, I mean, are we going to see more games kind of launch day one on Game Pass in order to get people into them? It's interesting. It's definitely interesting. EA is pretty much Team Xbox. I mean, they've had a close relationship with, Xbox and Microsoft for a very long time. They definitely have. They were a strong early partner, I think, for the original Xbox in regards to EA Sports, definitely in the 360 era. And like I said, they've had the marketing on Battlefield for, a very long time. I think that's because PlayStation ended up getting the Call of Duty marketing. Xbox took the Battlefield marketing on it. Battlefield's a pretty great franchise too, right? It'd be really cool if it was kind of like the premier place that EA was showing off what's supposed to be one of the craziest Battlefield they've ever done with the Series X and the Series S. I think that'd be really interesting. And launching on Game Pass, obviously, I think Outriders is a lot bigger of a success because of its Game Pass release. At least from what I've seen in people interacting with that game, I think it's quite cool. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do here. They optimize this game. It would be nice if they would do an optimization for this. Now, they have confirmed that they're no longer doing like updates for this game. Like, it's not getting support because people didn't come and do an outcry for it like they did, you know, when the microtransactions thing were happening. So it's not going to get any sort of update unless Xbox does something. And I mean, it runs at like what, 4K 60. I know it's not like I don't think it's a native 4K, is it? I can't quite remember what the specs are on this one. They're really going to make like a cheat sheet. That was something I was thinking of. I've done so many videos with different resolution info and stuff that I need to do like a cheat sheet site that I can use. But yeah, basically, like it's already like 4K 60, so I don't really know what more you want. Like, you know, it would be cool to get an FPS boost up to 120, but at the same time, I really don't necessarily see the value in them specifically spending the time to do that. I know that doesn't sound great. It's like, oh, 120 games, great. Yeah, you know, 120 is awesome. But I'd rather they take the time FPS boosting games that run at 30 FPS instead of doing ones that run at 60. Because, you know, obviously going from 30 to 60 is like a real game changer for a lot of titles, and I think that would be more important than doing 120 on here. Keeping in mind, if they do an FPS boost, it seems when they do the FPS boost, if they have to touch the resolution of a game, it's going to drop to the Xbox One version. So, I mean, this would get like a major downgrade if they did an FPS boost and needed to alter the resolution in any regard. You'd be going back to like, I think sub 1080 or something like that, and that would not be worth it for 120 FPS, at least in my opinion. It's Bosk. My favorite character, guys. It's Bosk. Bosk is out there bosking it up. Can't get a battle character or whatever. I was here at the start too. I thought I was doing decently here. Give GTA 4 a patch. So Grand Theft Auto is actually getting an optimized release. So, I mean, Microsoft doesn't really need to do anything there. Like, literally, Rockstar is going to be doing an upgrade to the game. So, stay tuned. It was supposed to be... Oh, Boskin again. It was supposed to be a spring update, from what I understand. But now it's, you know, it could release at any time. They don't have any real confirmation on when that update's coming. So, at any point... And it might even be like a pay-for update. We don't exactly know what they're doing yet with it. They haven't necessarily revealed their plans. You really got to kind of stay tuned and see what exactly they're doing. I mean, they are going to split Grand Theft Auto Online from the single player. We've already seen them do that with Red Dead Redemption 2. So, I mean, it should be interesting to see how that impacts the game size and everything like that. I don't know if people necessarily, you know, play Grand Theft Auto anymore for its single player, you know, Grand Theft Auto 5, because I'm assuming they've already done that at one point. You know, most people just play the online there. I know not everybody's going to be like that, but I'm assuming that is the case of, you know, just how that game is. So keep that in mind. It's very likely going to get split off mode when this optimization happens. I wonder if they're actually just going to optimize the online, or maybe if they'll even bother with the single player. It's an interesting question to ponder. What exactly they're going to do with it. Guess we'll have to wait and see, right? I know people are really excited for the whole Grand Theft Auto upgrade. People were definitely interested in the stream the other day, that was for sure. People dropping by and joining the Grand Theft Auto option or action, so that was fascinating. And hopefully that update comes sooner than later. Oh, GTA 4. Oh, sorry, I can barely read the text. It's so small on the surface. Yeah, GTA 4 could definitely use a resolution upgrade. I mean, it's already an uncapped frame rate, so seeing it get like a 4K 60 would be really cool, because it already has an uncapped. So yeah, you're definitely right. It definitely could use a resolution boost, and I think it's a game that could definitely achieve that. Like, I don't think it would be out of the question for that to happen. Oh, I thought that blue guy there was bad guy. Down you go. Gotta take this position here. God, this map's beautiful. I wish this one had an optimized version, though, because I think they could fix some of the the visual pop and stuff for the environment, I think they could touch that up a little bit. But they're not going to, which is a shame. I mean, Battlefront 3 is probably in the pipeline, so I mean, it won't be too long before we get, you know, another follow-up here for sure. I think that's kind of good. Now let's go over and grab the hopeful. Well, there's like 3 guys over there. Yeah, I'm not gonna get over that one. Rockstar scrutiny. I mean, we'll have to wait and see, right? Like, the different companies, you can definitely tell who thinks they can make the money off of it, and who knows they can make the money off of it. You look at some of the smaller companies, they're doing, like, new versions of their older games for next gen, and that, you know, I kind of don't really agree with, but if they want to do that and they want to make more money off their game investments in their smaller groups, I mean, that's up to them. Game companies don't have to give you a free update. They've never done that before, necessarily. Even last gen, going from 360 to Xbox One, you know, we had to pay a $10 like upgrade in the store. You bring it to like GameStop or EB, and you'd have to pay $10, and you could, you know, upgrade your game. I did that with, maybe it was $5, but you know, we had to do an upgrade fee. So it was like, I did that with Battlefield, I did that with Call of Duty Ghosts, I did that with Lego Marvel. And you know, back then that was a great deal. It's like, oh, I don't have to rebuy the game, nice. And now it's like, oh, how dare they make me pay $10 for an upgrade. But you know, it is also fair that times have changed and expectations have changed. So I don't necessarily feel that they should be charging for these upgrades to any degree, especially if they want players to keep in these games and supporting them long term. They should be giving those upgrades for free. They're not like the biggest deal in the world to do, especially with some of the upgrades I've seen to them, just kind of like unlocking, you know, frame rates or improving the resolution. It's like, it's not the biggest change up in the but yeah, it is interesting, that dynamic of charging. And you know, like, Activision knows they can get you to pay for it. They know that, and people do pay for it. They have the metrics to do it, to show that people do pay for it. Because they did Cold War, and they did Tony Hawk. I don't think, did they charge for the Crash one? I don't remember if they charged for Crash Bandicoot or not, or if it was free. And I think, you know, you look at Rockstar, they could sell you an $80 game of Grand Theft Auto 5, and it's a next-gen version of Grand Theft Auto 5. And I know everyone's like, oh, that's crazy, and I guarantee you it would still sell millions, because they can get away with it. They've sold people already on 2 generations for that game. You know, because you had to rebuy it for Xbox One and stuff after having it on 360. So they know people will buy it. It's not like a crazy thought, but it'll be interesting. I'm leaning on them doing like a $10 upgrade fee or something like that, I'm thinking. Or maybe it'll be free because they just want to keep making money off of people on GTA Online. That's another thing as well. Or maybe they'll do it, it's like, okay, well, GTA Online's free, but if you want, you know, the single player optimized, you have to pay $10 or something like that. Again, we'll have to wait and see what they want to do. Every company does it differently, and it's entirely up to them. All I know is every time a company has charged that extra fee, it has caused some sort of download issue with the game. Like the Tony Hawk game, you know, was broken. You couldn't play it for the first few days until they sent out a patch. I think that was the case with, isn't there like Black Ops upgrade issues too or something like that? It's sort of funny that it like introduces issues when they charge for that instead of just doing the proper smart delivery system. I always find that humorous, but you know, they want their extra money, right? Nickel and dime, that's how they get their money. Oh, Zaddy guy's here. I'm glad that you enjoy my Series X videos, and sorry if I didn't jump to your you know, kind of note quicker. Just going on a bit about a rant about the charging system for next gen stuff, but I'm glad you enjoy the content. You know, I try my best to do a variety of different Series X videos and try to come up with different content things all the time, and be creative with it. And then we're doing more streams too, because I think the streams are kind of a fun, you know, way to connect and everything like that. So I hope you stick around, and hopefully there's some cool stuff this year. Oh geez, we got ran over by the 8? I don't know what you call that. It's an AAT, right? I don't know if that's like a special terminology name. I mean, we did release, well, I released the Outriders review today. I finally, you know, put that together. I worked on it last night. I've got like one more Outriders video planned. I was thinking of doing like a tips and tricks for it as well, because those videos tend to do well, but I don't know if people are quite as interested in it because I'm, you know, a few days late. But I do have a creative video for that one that I want to get together as soon as I can, and I think that one will be fun. Gamers got to speak with their wallets. Yes, that's the biggest part of like modern capitalism. You know, especially in gaming, is speaking with your wallets or tweeting about it. Twitter seems to have a lot of, maybe a bit too much power at times, you know, Twitter presence. But, you know, you vote with your wallets. If you don't want something, you know, that's the best way to let companies know. But if you do buy it, you know, companies will obviously continue doing that sort of thing because they know they can get away with it, obviously, right? Rockstar. Well, Rockstar likes their money, right? I mean, they did make billions by being, like, you know, really easygoing and cheap on you. That's for sure. Call of Duty is just like a complete cash cow. Although they've kind of, like, Activision has kind of learned that doing some free stuff is a really good way to get people in and paying more than they would have paid premium wise. Like, the free-to-play model is genius because it gets people in, and once people are in, they don't mind spending money every now and then, and they're even less likely to notice that they're spending money every now and then. And I'm talking about the battle passes, because that is the most genius way to get money from people over a long period of time that I've ever seen in the history of gaming. You thought, like, doing the gambling loot crates was lucrative? Oh man, those battle passes just dip money out for them. Oh my god. And it keeps you playing their games too. It's a genius system. Very, very smart. Yeah. Get in my love. It's a moderator battle. Dun dun dun. I am the Oh, I forgot. Republic Commando comes out tomorrow, doesn't it? Not on Xbox. It's already through the backwards compatibility program. But they're releasing it on the Switch and PlayStation. So I'm probably going to have a PlayStation video up for it pretty quickly, just kind of showing it off and talking about the game. That should be cool. Like, Republic Commando, if you guys don't know about Republic Commando, Asper Media, they're the ones that have been doing all of the ports for all of the Star Wars games. You know, they did, like, Pod Racer. They did a port of Stubbs the Zombie not too long ago, which isn't Star Wars, but, you know, it's kind of an example. They did the Jedi Knight series, Academy, and Outcast. I'm kind of sour we don't have Outcast on Xbox, so I'm very sour about that. They did those two. You know, they've done a number of Star Wars titles. So they're releasing Republic Commando. I believe it's still I believe it's still tomorrow that it's coming out. So yeah, hopefully I can work on a video pretty fast for that one, because I imagine it'll get a lot of views. I know that might sound odd. You're like, what? Why would a Republic Commando video in 2021 get a lot of views? If you look at my, like, PlayStation review for Jedi Academy, I think it is, or Jedi Outcast has like 100,000 views or something like that. It's nuts. It legitimately is just crazy. So I'm hoping that that is a big view thing for me in April, and that I get some money on that one. That's for sure. And yeah, hopefully that does well. Imagine if BF6 launches on Game Pass. Yeah, I mean, it'll be a big deal, right? There'll be a lot of viewers, a lot of people checking it out that maybe wouldn't have even checked out a Battlefield title. I mean, I don't think Battlefield is necessarily a small series by any means, but this could, if it launches on Game Pass, maybe actually put it up toe-to-toe with Call of Duty this year, depending on what the Call of Duty title is. Like, I keep hearing from the rumors and stuff on Battlefield 6 that they want to compete with this one. They want to make it the biggest and the best Battlefield by far. And maybe throwing it on Game Pass is how they get more people in the door on it. I have no idea. We'll have to wait and see, right? Because keep in mind, eventually it'll be on Game Pass anyways. Just not at launch. But if they do get this, like, launch exclusivity for it, you know, that could be a very big boom for Battlefield 6 right off the bat. So I'm kind of curious about that. And it might also return a lot of favor from the fans, because after the last Battlefield titles, obviously. And I'm also, a lot of the rumors I keep hearing about Battlefield 6 are that this might be like the last Battlefield in a while, and then they're just going to keep updating it. So like the long-term games and services. I've heard similar rumor, like Halo Infinite's going to be like that. where it's going to be like the last Halo game, and they're going to do updates to it. And I've heard rumors that the next Gears of War title is going to be the last Gears of War game, and they're just going to keep adding to it. Kind of like Rainbow Six is doing, kind of like Overwatch is doing to a degree. These long-term games and services. That's General Grievous. Xbox better, PS5? Are you guys like Series X or PS5? They need to remaster Area 51. Yeah, you know, I'd like to have another go at Area 51. I don't really remember the title much, aside from, like, breaking into a facility. It's been so goddamn long since I played that game. But, you know, it would be cool to see that one remastered. I have no idea who has the licensing on that one. Or even backwards compatible, because it's going to run at, like, 4K and stuff. That would be nice. I don't know, like, that one would be neat. Again, I have no idea about the licensing on it. I have no clue who owns that anymore, or even the status of that one. I mean, ports and remasters are in due to COVID because it's a little bit easier for people to put together, you know, those ports and remasters than it is to make a new game right now. If that makes sense, it's a bit easier. And since it hasn't been a while, you know, be sure to like the stream so more people can check it out. Questions and stuff are great, and I hope you guys are having fun in the Battlefront. Battlefield 6, 200 gigabytes. Okay, so technically the file sizes for our games should be shrinking with the next generation hard drives. The reason games are getting so bloated is A, audio files are getting massively uncompressed, B, game companies are doing little to no compression, and C, in order to kind of render things faster, you have to duplicate textures on old school hard drives. With the SSD, or the NVMe drives, you know, the NVMe SSD, those drives are so fast that you don't need to duplicate textures to have things run fast, because it can, like, fetch them from the library quicker. I'm trying to simplify it as best as I can. So technically file sizes should dramatically drop. And I know what people are thinking, but the file sizes are still so massive. What do you mean? That doesn't make any sense. So, because we still have to support older consoles, you're not going to see those benefits. Like, you look at Warzone, it's like, oh, it's still 200 gigs. But yeah, you have to think they still have to support Xbox One. And apparently Battlefield is going to be a cross-gen title, but maybe like a separated cross-gen title like they did on 360 and Xbox One. If that's the case, we might actually have a rather small file size for it. So I hope that kind of makes sense in that regard. A Battlefront 1 remaster would be cool. I don't know if they're going to do remasters of these ones. I mean, you don't really need a remaster of the first Battlefront, unless you're talking about the 2000 something battle. When did Battlefront 1 come out? No, Battlefront 1-2, the second Battlefront 1? Is that like 2015 or something like that? That one looks awful. That one could use an update. But, you know, Battlefield 1, or not Battlefield, Battlefront 1 from 2004 does not need a remaster because it runs at a 4K resolution on Series X. It could do with a FPS boost, that would be nice. Or it could do, you know, they could remaster it and add multiplayer. I think that would be really awesome to be able to relive that again, because that was on the Xbox. But I mean, it doesn't necessarily need a remaster because it already looks fantastic. Assuming I'm reading that correctly. Battlefield 6 is set during modern time. Diablo 4 will also be the last Diablo. I haven't heard anything about that. I think that one will likely be the last Diablo in a very long time, because, you know, I don't think they release the Diablo titles that often. When did Diablo 3 come out? Because that's, you know, quite a bit of an oldie at this point. I'm very much looking forward to Diablo 2, giving that one a whirl and doing a review and stuff on it. Yeah, that should be neat. I haven't heard anything about that one being as like a long-term games as service. At the same time, I wouldn't necessarily be shocked if it was. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. Like, it makes sense for me, like, for them to do that. Are we board the transports? Okay, we're boarding the ship. I don't think I made it, guys. I don't think I made it onto the ship. No, we got left behind on the battlefront. Some of the smaller size on the SSD. Yeah, some of them will benefit right away from the smaller sizes, but I'm saying you're not going to get the full effects of a smaller sizing just due to the fact that these games aren't being built specifically with the new consoles. It takes time for that to happen. We have to drop the older stuff, and that's, you know, people are holding on to their older games, or older consoles longer and longer. God damn it, people were fast on the heroes there, Jesus. Yep. Battlefront 1-1. Well, what? Battlefront... Well, it'd be Battlefront 1-2, right? Because it'd be the first Battlefront, but the second time doing it. We're getting into some, like, Kingdom Hearts type of naming conventions for the Battlefront titles. And then, technically, didn't they do, like, PSP spin-offs? I don't know what those ones are called. I don't remember them. I remember having one of them. But I think those ones are kind of like slight spin-offs too, right? And they also use a similar naming convention. Some of this stuff is just tricky to deal with. Or you'll have to like, or movies where you have to add like the year of it right behind the name. Battlefront 1 2004. And it'd be like Battlefront 1.2004 or Battlefront 1.2015. Naming for stuff is so weird. You think you could just come up with new names and that. But it is kind of nuts that EA is going to be the one that gives us Battlefront 3 eventually, because I've been waiting for a Battlefront 3 like my whole goddamn life, it seems like. We'll see if that ever happens. I look very sympathetic. Thanks? That's interesting. That's the new one. Oh jeez. They've got to kill Darth Maul. Oh, okay, Darth Maul's still going along there. Did I get the little T memory card? Oh, 1T. I have the, they sent me it to review. There's a review up on the channel where I talk about the SSD expansion drive. I think that's the name they came up for it. I wish they could have come up with something cooler than just the expansion drive, because that sounds too generic and comparable to like other expansion drives. But yes, I have the external 1 terabyte expansion SSD drive. Yeah, I do use that. 2 of my terabytes are like next gen memory. And it's kind of already out of space, and so is my internal. I'm considering buying another one because you can like hot swap them.
We're taking control of the objective.
Capture the position. Oh crap. Does that count Dooku out there? Yeah, it's Count Dooku. Push the position, guys. I didn't mean to do the shotgun. I wanted the thingy that like highlights where bad people are. Where did that droid go? I think it's lagging or something like that. Is the game I'm playing running at 4K 60? I believe it is. I don't know if it's native 4K. Like, I can't remember what the specs are on it, but I know it's 4K 60. Something like that. But it might be like a temporal upscaling to that or something. But, no. I mean, you can go read up on it and see what it is. It might be like 1800p or something like that, but it's outputting for it. It's very pretty, but obviously because I'm streaming and I don't have the network for 4K, you're not seeing like a 4K on this one. Do I think MLB on Game Pass will affect PlayStation 5? I think it will take away potential sales from them. Because I heard a lot of people that, you know, maybe have both consoles are going to be like, well, why would I buy MLB The Show? I'll just play it on Xbox. So it could actually potentially dig into their sales. In regards to those that are getting it on PlayStation. Because you know, you might have a Series S, you might have a Series X, and you're a casual MLB fan, but you buy it every year. You know, maybe you're going to look at Game Pass and be like, well, why would I pay? Because it's, keep in mind, it's an extra cost on PS5. Games are $10 more on there, right? So you might look at it like, wow, I'm saving a ton of money by just not buying the PlayStation version of the game. At least that's what I would think of. My big thing was, I was like, well, you know, I'll probably cover it on PlayStation because you know, there's going to be more people and stuff likely checking it out. It's new on Xbox. But seeing that it's going to be on Game Pass, now there's like, why would I not cover that one specifically on X and Series S, right? You know, you just got to look at the dynamics in that regard. And wow, they sent me across the map here. Jeez, those guys are crazy. Damn. Sending me flying. Need the health thingy. Plus this bow. Ow, that's not good. Is the game good? I was thinking of checking it out. Are you asking about Star Wars Battlefront 2? I suggest this one. It's fun. I mean, you know, it's got a pretty good campaign to it that I quite enjoyed. It's got this great like multiplayer with all the eras. Yeah, it's a good game. I think it's really great. I would definitely suggest checking this one out if you've been interested in playing Battlefront 2. It'll get you ready for Battlefront 3 and stuff like that. It's fun. You know, I think, you know, but keep in mind it's mostly for the multiplayer, but there is a pretty good campaign. This one, I thought the story was pretty good. PlayStation has Activision and Xbox has EA. Well, I mean, they don't own either of them. They just have partnerships with them. Keeping in mind, during like the Xbox 360 era, Xbox worked with Activision and PlayStation worked with in regards to Battlefield and Call of Duty. Things change, partnerships change, the marketing strategies change. You know, it depends on how much these companies want to pay out, and it looks like, you know, PlayStation's kind of going for, hey, we still want the traditional marketing purchases, whereas Xbox is now kind of like, we don't really need the traditional marketing purchases, we need those games fueling Game Pass. It's different strategies for different eras in gaming, which is kind of neat. Because in the past, Microsoft totally had, you know, the early access thing. Because remember, Call of Duty used to come out, DLC-wise, first on Xbox for quite a while, and then PlayStation bought those rights. And, you know, it's just like a marketing type thing that the companies pay for the rights to have. That's a big part of it. You reckon PS5 owners will be looking to play Series S or buying Series S? I think they're kind of counting on the Series S being a bit of a surprise accompanying thing. You might have a PlayStation player being like, well, I have the PS5, I don't need Series X. But I love the concept of Game Pass, I want to play more games, and I don't want to pay as much. I'll buy a Series S because it's considerably cheaper. And they'll buy it as a companion unit. Because I don't know how many of you out there, and I bet there are a number of you out there, have an Xbox that are watching this, and you also have a Switch. Because the Switch is a lot cheaper, and you have different games for it. And I think, you know, that kind of concept of getting people in on the Series S is genius. Because they'll get it for Game Pass. There's an interesting story from, like, I guess the Series S was the #1 console selling thing in India in March. And from what I heard, it was because, you know, people weren't able to buy the PS4 there, and then, you know, store salesmen were going, well, if you haven't heard about Xbox Game Pass, you know, you can get all these games for cheaper pricing, you know, and if people were buying consoles kind of based on that concept, it was like, wow, this is too good of a deal to pass on. So yeah, I think that's an interesting concept there. But Saints Row 3 Remastered, it is remastered, and if you, it is remastered, it is amazing, sorry. So if you go into the settings on Saints Row the 3rd Remastered, you can actually uncap the frame rate, and you can get, you know, 60 FPS. So if you're on Series X, and you want a higher fluidity level for Saints Row the 3rd Remastered, you can give it a whirl. I've heard it's also pretty good on Xbox One X when it comes to having that uncapped frame rate, but probably not perfect like it would be on the Series X, or like it is on the Series X, if that makes sense. If Series X and PS5 are PCs, what are their GPU equivalents? Oh god, I don't know that off the top of my head. From what I remember, it's like equivalent to slightly what I have, but like a little bit better. Like I have the RTX 2080 Ti. These consoles seem to be about similar, but a little bit better in that regard, performance-wise. At least from what I recall when I was like looking up specs. So the specs are important, you know, when you do reviews and stuff. And then after that, they don't necessarily matter as much, so I don't really, like, keep them on the top of my head. So if we were, like, the year leading up to the next-gen consoles, I would have a better idea of the specs and stuff. And up to when I'm reviewing the consoles, I would have the idea of the specs. And then afterwards, because it's been, like, what, 5 months or something, 4 months or something like that since the console's launched. And I've played, you know, I think you guys have probably seen the videos. I've played like a couple hundred games, a few hundred games since then. So the spec numbers aren't really something I'm remembering off of the top of my head in regards to their equivalents, because I don't need to be doing those comparisons at the moment. But I could always look into it further if you wanted in regards to going to beat up somewhat they're more equivalent to. And I'm sure other people will disagree as well in regards to the setup. So you gotta keep in mind that these are like custom, you know, they use custom chipsets, they use custom architecture on these consoles as well, right? So there's not necessarily a perfect comparison between the two. Game Pass is pretty amazing, and it definitely is. Favorite multiplayer games to play on Xbox besides Halo? Oh no, Anakin, no! I couldn't even get Obi-Wan. Multiplayer games aside from Halo. Let's see. Gears of War. Maybe if it, depending on the night, I might do Friday the 13th. If my friends are on, we might do DayZ or Battlefront, depending on the friends I'm playing with. Like, I don't really play games casually that much, if that makes sense. Like, throughout the years, I've had different multiplayer games that have really held my attention. There was a period I was doing a lot of Dead by Daylight. There was a period in time where I was doing a lot of Rainbow Six Siege, because, you know, those two games I could kind of do work and play, and then do work and then play. Because I had a different work cycle then. Nowadays, it's like I might get an hour or something a night where it's kind of like, okay, I don't have to be working right now. I'm going to throw on some Halo and I'm going to have a casual time playing it. Other than that, I'm usually working through most of the day. Or during the day, I'm, you know, out doing like a hike or something like that, or going to the gym. But, you know, the work schedule is very set, so I don't necessarily have a lot of free time to play games casually. I'll just shove in Halo, and that's kind of what I play. Because it's easygoing, I'm really good at it, and it's fun for me to enjoy. Game Pass depends on the gamer. For me, games on Game Pass are bargain bin games. How are they bargain bin games? They literally have every Xbox exclusive day one launches on Game Pass. MLB The Show, day one is coming to Game Pass. Outriders, day one is coming to Game Pass. Where the hell are you finding those in a bargain bin? Like, honestly. Like, I could see maybe the note, like, when it first launched, like, a year ago or something, the Game Pass thing, being like, oh, these are older titles. But, like, 2 AAA games, day one, are launching on Game Pass this month. How are those bargain bin games? Like, are they games you would wait a year to find in the bargain bin? It's just... That's such a bizarre note to make. Being able to live off of it. Like, they've got like 300-400 goddamn games in there. If you can't find games that you enjoy playing in Game Pass, you seriously have gaming like fatigue or something like that, and maybe need to take a break from gaming for a bit and come back later on, because like, I don't mean to be mean or anything like that, but bargain bin games and you get brand new releases on it, that's just absolutely insane. Think about it, that you can make that equivalent to. That's just nuts to me, like absolutely crazy. Like, there's no way that you could even get some of those for $1, or like $1, but like for 15 bucks or less or whatever. That's just nuts, like absolutely crazy. Bargain bin games. I'm sorry, that just like makes no sense to me at all. Like, again, like I could see that maybe back when it first started and they didn't have too many games on it and stuff, but now that they're like getting these huge, like they have like all of EA Play on there. You can play all the Battlefronts, you can play all the sports games, you can play all the shooters. They got tons of platformers, they've got all the Halos, they've got all the Gears of War games. Like, I don't see how any of that is bargain bin at all. It's crazy. Like, seriously, you might have like an extreme case of gaming fatigue or burnout if you're finding that those games aren't holding your interest or stuff. Or maybe you should also try getting out of your like gaming comfort zone. That might help a lot. You know, trying something you would normally never try, you might find a new game that you like quite a bit. If you never play like racing games, maybe give a racing game a try and see if those might be something that you're into all of a sudden. I found a big thing that was helpful for me last generation was on day one, my goal was I wanted to play and experience as much as I could gaming-wise. I opened myself up to a lot of new genres. On the 360 era, I didn't care for racing games. I did not care for fighting games. You know, there was a couple genres of gaming that I hated. I did not like fighters. I did not like racing games, so I started trying them. And I actually really love to play like a lot of racing games, and I really enjoy a lot of different fighting games. And, you know, just kind of opening up to the opportunities to try them, I think, was a big thing, because I got to play different types of games and actually find stuff I really quite enjoyed. I'm still tired of platformers sometimes. I don't know about you guys, but there's so many goddamn platformers. After, like, I don't know if it's just, like, the ultra indie thing to do, but they release so many goddamn platformers in a year. And I'm talking, like, 2D platforms. I've always been more of a 3D platformer fan. But, like, the 2D ones, it's like every goddamn game is a 2D platformer. But this one, you can jump in, and it's like, oh my god. They're so similar. Not to say there isn't gems, though. I mean, like, Limbo, or... What was the other one that the Limbo people made? You know, I think they're called Playdead? What did they make? It was really crazy, and just like a wild game that came out on the Xbox One. Huh. And you like made a ball of zombies in it and stuff and rolled around? That game was crazy. I think the company's called Playdead, but I don't know what that game's called. I don't know if somebody can help me out on that. Their first game, well, the first game I remember them doing is Limbo, which is an absolute 2D platform conforming gem of a title. But then there's one that's kind of like, again, similar. I can't think of what the name is. Yay. I don't know if I'm missing questions here and stuff. Big champions on Xbox. Yeah, I don't know if you guys have... No, can I get those characters? Change character. Obi-Wan! Hello there.
Let the negotiations begin.
But yeah, for Quick Champions, I don't know if you caught other streams, but I've been saying, like, as soon as the Bethesda thing went through, I'm like, they should port Quake Champions to Xbox, because that game is damn awesome. I played that on PC. It's stellar. I think they got Doomguy in there too, right? Like, they got a bunch of really cool characters. I'd love to see that come to Xbox. I think that would be a really good candidate for, like, a Game Pass edition, like, as a shooter and stuff, because it's a really good throwback shooter. I would like that quite a bit. And they cut support for Battlefront 2. As did I, because they really did add quite a lot of content. I think they really listened to fans quite a bit on this one. And I just wanted more from it. But I mean, they're very likely working on Battlefront 3 right now, so I don't think it's the biggest deal in the world. And there's an area up here? I didn't know there's a platform up here you can get to. Oh wow, this is a good spot here. Series X. Oh, glad you've been enjoying it. Play mostly open world games. Well, there's tons of open world games. so many that you can play, and there's going to be more coming too as well. I'm trying to think of recent open world games you might like that are on game. It's always a bit of an issue, because usually when I'm on PC and I'm not streaming, I have like my notes I can kind of shift through. I take a lot of notes because I have to remember a lot of goddamn things for so much stuff that I do in a day. It's ridiculous, the kind of stuff I have to keep up with. But usually I have like not patch. I do actually have patch notes too sometimes, but I usually have like a Game Pass note where I can kind of see things. I can load that up later and find some suggestions, open world. But usually I'd say the Ubisoft titles, if you haven't seen, I don't know if Immortals is on there yet, but Immortals Phoenix Rising is a pretty fun open world sort of game. What else did they release? Maybe Watch Dogs might be up your alley, or I don't know, those are on Game Pass, right? Maybe one of the Far Cries you might find quite fun. Rainbow Six Vegas too. Well, Siege is pretty good. We get more support for strategy games. Game Pass they have Solaris still. That one people like quite a bit. Whoa. And they just released, if you like turn-based kind of games like XCOM, they released. Does anybody know what that gangster game's called? Something of Paradise or something? Somebody steal Kenobi before I could be Kenobi? That hurts my feeling. I just wanted to be a General Kenobi. Yes. I need to nail down some more catchphrases for Kenobi so that I can remember them. All I want is the Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer. So for that one, the reason they didn't include it was because Modern Warfare segmented their community quite a bit, and they don't want to segment their community anymore. Because there was a time where there were more people playing Modern Warfare Remastered than they were playing Infinite Warfare, and that just looks bad. Really, really bad for them. So, oh crap, it's Count Dooku. That's not good. You fried me up. But, so yeah, and when you do remasters, and if you don't carry something forward in said remaster, it's very likely that the stuff that you didn't carry forward kind of gets left behind, if that makes sense. Because instead of looking for a project like going back to the original source content for if they were to do a Modern Warfare 2 Remaster 2 someday. Oh Christ, the naming conventions we're having to deal with in gaming. Modern Warfare 2 Remastered 2. Well, would that be 3 because it'd be the first game, the remaster, and then the second remaster? Or would you call it Modern Warfare 2 Remastered 2 or squared because it's the second remastered of the... I ponder these questions sometimes. But, yeah, I don't know. I always hear rumors of them doing, like, adding those maps to the next Modern Warfare game. I don't know if that's going to happen, and I don't know if it would be the same as getting that original experience back, if that makes sense. Empire of Sin is the game that I was thinking of. Did nobody figure out what that one was? That Play Dead one? I'm going to look that up. Limbo developers, because that game is damn great. Limbo. By Play Dead. Yeah, that's the company. What did they make? History Games developed. Inside. That's what the game was called. If you can check out Inside, it is super cool, super creepy. I would suggest playing Limbo first, but I think there's something about Inside that's just really messed up and awesome. It really gets you thinking, that one, that's for sure. And since it has been a while, you know, be sure to like the stream so that more people can check it out. Questions and stuff are great, and I hope you guys are enjoying action on the Battlefront. And you know, of course, if you'd like to see other games streamed, let me know, because I'm always taking suggestions for things like that. Oh, jeez. I was debating, I almost did a Battlefield 5 stream tonight, but I couldn't find any matches on Conquest, so I was like, I'm assuming I have to do grand operations in the game, and I'm like, you're gonna find players in it and stuff, I don't want to have issues, and I know Battlefront just kind of always finds people, so I was like, this is probably the safer one to go with. But I was thinking of Battlefield 5, because that might be something a little bit different in the future, even though it is very similar to... Let's flank around. Could you get out of the way, Republic Commando guy? Or no, he's a... What are those troopers called? The red ones. Are they death troopers, or are they like the other one? Oh, props for the live stream. Oh, thank you, John. You're very kind with your donations. I do appreciate that quite a bit for you to do that again. You just did that recently too. Thank you. I do quite enjoy that you take the time to watch the streams and stuff. So yeah, and you were the one that suggested the Grand Theft Auto stream. That was that was interesting. I don't know what people thought of that one, but yeah, that was an itch. Oh! I don't think your limbs are supposed to move like that. I think they're pushing us back. Oh, come on, Count Dooku, you gotta be kidding me. Pretty popular opinion. A lot of people speak highly of the Infinite Warfare campaign. I don't know if I missed a question. I found that one really... No. Give me Obi-Wan. Give me Obi-Wan. I don't want to be Chewbacca. Oh. Okay, screw it. Embrace the Wookiee. I found the Infinite Warfare campaign to be really, like, morbid. But I remember liking the robot quite a bit in it. You know, your robot friend? I thought he was pretty cool. And I think there's a sad moment with him. I don't want to spoil anything in case people are still playing that game at some point in the future. But I remember liking your robot friend quite a bit in that. I don't remember disliking it, but I think overall the game, I didn't like really the movement system and stuff in it. So how does Chewbacca work? What is his ability? So he does a run. Okay. And he does a get stabbed in the back by Count Dooku because he's a Wookiee against a goddamn dueling lightsaber guy. Give me Obi-Wan! So is Anakin just invincible in our team or something like that?
Oh my.
Empire of Sin, it's cool but needed more combat. I haven't played a lot of it. I included it in my suggestions list because I thought it might be a different sort of game. When I do the suggestions list, I try to find a variety of different titles for people to kind of enjoy. So I played a bit of it and actually was kind of enjoying it. I'm not usually huge on turn-based, but yeah, that's the thing I've been hearing from a lot of people, is they're kind of like, it's neat, but we wanted more from it. So I'm going to have to play more of it. I wanted to do a review of it, so it's been on my list of things to work through. What was that? Lightning stun, not cool. Not cool at all. Right now, Criterion... Yeah, there's like 4 or 5 studios apparently working on the next Battlefield game this year. Keeping in mind, probably, A, they want to make it the biggest Battlefield ever, and B, I think with COVID, you know, it's got to be like all hands on deck in order to get stuff shipped nowadays. And I mean, even before COVID, you look at like Call of Duty every year needs like 5 or 6 development studios kind of working on them to get them out the door, right? Kind of nuts. Restrictive mind. I need help against Count Dooku. I'm knocking him into the pipes, guys. Aw, did we lose? Aw, boo! Boo! Am I missing anything else?
All we can do is hope we both
I have almost 500,000 gamer score. Yes, I'm at 489,440. I want to do a video celebrating 500,000 when I get to it. I used to achievement hunt, so this is actually really slow for me. I used to, like, you know, really work on getting achievements and stuff back in the day, but now that I review so much, I don't have time to hunt achievements like I used to. Which sucks, but that's life. Yeah. 80,000. I think after 10 years, you should maybe have 100,000, because there's some pretty easy games, but if you don't care, it's not the biggest thing in the world. Galactic Assault's pretty cool, yes. I don't know if I'm missing something. Xbox wants fans to enjoy their console. Something like that. Am I streaming from a PC or straight from the Series X? I do through a capture card, or console to capture card to PC to the internet, and then I put myself on it. Green screen behind me. It's very complicated. Since we are doing more streams, I am looking at maybe getting a fancier capture card so that we can get a little bit higher quality streams. My major bottleneck right now is the internet infrastructure where I live will not allow me to do up to 4K streams. There's just not enough upload, really. But hopefully at some point I'll be able to do that as well. All your friends are anti-Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. Your friends have a pound of below. What? Yeah, play GTA, they said. Fun it'll be. That's exactly Grand Theft Auto. I knew I wasn't going to have a good time with it. I think next time, if I just do the matchmaking, it might be more fun to do GTA, but I was just like, I just cannot get into that game as much as I'd like to. Maybe I'll get into it more when they do the optimization, because they'll have to cover it, but yeah, I don't know. Merely asked if I ever considered it. You planted the idea in my head there. And I thought about it all day. I was trying to figure out what I wanted to stream, and I was like, do I have Grand Theft Auto installed? And I was like, it's installed. Okay, let's do it. You put the thought in my head there. Yeah, major props for hopping in there. I think people were having fun. It got a lot of views. Oh, and another donation. Thank you. That one's got the thumbs up guy. I like that, the little emote things. They're kind of entertaining. Thumbs up! Although I do appreciate that. Thank you for sending that over and stuff and the donations. But I don't blame you for, like, picking GTA and that. It wasn't something that had crossed my mind. And like I said, I'm always open to suggestions for different games. And GTA is a very popular title, so I mean, it's not the craziest thing to play it and show it off. And it got a lot of views, so I mean, it's something people liked. We'll probably do it again. And just hopefully it goes better. I did have fun in the casino in the game, though. The casino was actually very entertaining to me. Doing the roulette, we had that one guy from the stream doing the BoJack Horseman thing. That was fun. I quite like that. Yeah, I think it was because maybe that hour of night it was harder to find like good matches and stuff, and yeah, oh my god, there's a lot of clone troopers. Oh, I got shot in the back. Since we are in a new match, be sure to like the stream so more people can check it out. Questions and stuff are great, and I hope you guys are enjoying the actions. Again, huge props. Thanks, John, for the donation so far. You're very kind. And I think that's about it as we continue battling along here. This is always fun. I like Battlefront, just nice, easygoing combat. I feel like I'm doing something. I don't know if other people play Battlefield and they're like, I have no idea what's going on in this. But in this one, you know, it's similar to Battlefield, but I feel like I'm kind of focused and kind of specifically doing something that helps people out. I don't know, it's a weird change up for me, for sure. Wouldn't give you a bad time, but at least the ones who enjoy it witnessed it happen. I hope you guys were having some good laughs about my situation. I know Kevin there was sending me a message. And like, we could tell the frustration. I was like, yep. But sorry if I'm missing like questions that too, guys. I try to keep up while I'm doing this. How can you donate via Super Chat? There's like, you know where the text thingy is? On the chat thingy that's like on YouTube where it says say something, right below it there's like a smiley face icon and like a money icon, and the money icon is how the donations and stuff work here. Play Terminator Resistance. I do have a video up for Terminator Resistance, or are you talking about like a live stream of Terminator Resistance? I mean, I don't know if there's enough content in that to do that unless I was playing the story all the way through. And I don't think you'd like how I play that game because I just kind of run by all of the enemies because the AI is so stupid in that game. But I was actually very surprised that that one got so many views. I don't know if people like, you know, check that one out and stuff, but I was very surprised by the quantity of people that were like into Terminator Resistance, the video. There was like a lot of people that were surprised that the game even existed. They didn't even know that it was a Terminator game. So I'm actually happy that maybe I showed that game off to some new people, because it's an indie dev studio that makes it. And you know, it's like a lot of people are really hard on it, and you know, it's not like the greatest game in the world. But if you're a Terminator fan, it actually kind of captures, you know, that era of the war quite well. And I don't think too many things really do that, that side industry-wise or game-wise. Nations, at least you can do. Oh, thank you. Yeah, you know, it's nice, and it does, you know, it does add up to my like dailies and stuff, and it helps support what I do, because I'm definitely not successful by any means on YouTube. I'm getting there though, I think. You know, I'm definitely working at it a lot and seeing if I can get to things. And yeah, it's really kind of stressful doing like game grinding sometimes. You know, doing these like 20-30 hour games to get a review up over the weekend. It's a lot of work. It definitely is. Yeah, especially when you hear some of the stories of like some of the people that like work at IGN and stuff like that. I'm more motivated by the fact that like I need to get it done, because you know, the sooner I get things out, the more views and stuff, and more potential people I can get watching things. But for them, it's like work, like an actual job that they have to reach deadlines, and that must be terrifying, you know, at those companies and stuff. I recently bought some Q70. Just funny how many times it's changed. But have I played the medium yet? Yeah, I did a full walkthrough, and that was definitely not worth the editing time on that walkthrough. But I did do a review of it. I reviewed it, I think, either a little bit ahead of launch or at launch. I think it's a wonderful game. I really loved it. I love the characters. You might actually find it interesting, because if you're asking if I've played it or not, I do have an interview with the lead voice actress that played Marianne, which is the character you play as in the medium on the channel. I have an interview with her on here that you can watch, and she comes in and talks about, you know, her performance and stuff. That was really fun to get together. You might find that neat. But yeah, I really quite like the medium. And if you guys haven't checked out the medium, really good like psychological horror game. It's not necessarily scary, but it's like a bit of a chilling atmosphere. It's a really neat... Oh my god, that's a lot of clone. I don't know if I'm missing something. Consoles. maybe cosplayers have some skins in the game. It's nice to have options. It is nice to have options. I think I missed some part of this conversation. Oh, now it's 60 FPS. I'd say for the people that are really into expectations, like gaming's changed, right? Like back in the day, all we had was 30 FPS and stuff on consoles, right? So you didn't really care about 60. But now that we've started to get them, and you've got like YouTube channels like, you know, like Digital Foundry and stuff, and I think they've really turned gamers into kind of like, I don't know if prunes is the right terminology for it, but they've really made console gamers really kind of stuck up about like performance and stuff. It's actually scary at this point. Some people, how they act about games, where it's like, if it's not 60, I'm not buying it. Which, I mean, you know, if you have that standard, that's fine, but some games, you know, they want more bigger worlds. But anyways, moving from that, I think the idea is now people are more aware of the fact that, you know, they want resolution and they want frame rate now, and they want good stuff on consoles. Whereas in the past on consoles, you just kind of took what was available, right? It was a very different industry. There weren't people that were, you know, as many people that were holding these games to standards. You wouldn't, you know, not as many people would necessarily read reviews and stuff. Like, reviews were always there. But now you have people consuming video content or streams on a daily, and you've got more people that can, you know, communicate. And you can look at Twitter and you can make demands on stuff for games at, like, a community. And it's just, the industry's changed is what I'm trying to say. Like, on PC, it was always like, I can get the good performance going, right? Consoles is like, oh, I can't. But now that we have these high-end consoles that actually can do it, I think there's a higher level of expectation for better resolutions, for better frame rates. And like I said beforehand, I fully expected this gen to be a 4K 60 gen, and the fact that we're getting so many games with 120 FPS is crazy to me. I did not see that coming. And somebody reminded me after the stream that I need to add Rocket League to my streaming list. I saw somebody invited me to play Rocket League, and I think that might be a fun one to do. I don't know if people still like watching Rocket League, but I find that game pretty entertaining and stuff. OG sure loves 60 FPS. Yeah, I'm sure there's always been people that have wanted 60 FPS on console. Like, you know, that's for sure. I mean, it feels better. And I think there's an argument you could make for 60 FPS games technically selling better historically. But you'd have to do research and stuff on that. I just think, like, again, the biggest thing now is there's more awareness for people wanting performance. I mean, hell, even some of the games on console have, like, FPS markers, like Rainbow Six or Fortnite. You can see how many frames you're getting. And I think that's only going to increase. And if you guys didn't know, like, the new Samsung TVs are going to have a game bar that tells you, like, your performance and stuff on your TV without even needing, like, any console input. And LG's doing the same thing with their new TVs this year. They're giving you these new game centers so you can fully optimize your experience, because this matters now. And that's the big difference, is, like, for PC it always mattered. At least I think it did. And for console, now it is starting to matter. And that's just the difference of things. I mean, we all want the best performance, right? Q70T. I have the Q70T. You know, I did a review on it. I think price-wise, and the features you get on it, it's actually a pretty solid TV. I'm very happy with it. It looks really nice. Some of the ghosting at times, a little less pleased with that, but it's not too common in some of the titles. But, you know, I'd say for, like, the cost of the TV and the fact that I just needed one so I could do 120 hertz, so I could do, you know, my reviews of games. Because when you're reviewing stuff, you try to keep, oh crap, you try to keep the highest settings you can review-wise so that you can give people the optimal, you know, concept of stuff. Because I get so many tech questions, it's like, you know, can this do 120, can this do blah blah blah. So I needed a TV. I was planning on waiting. I was going to get a really nice, like, 8K 60 TV in the future. Like a couple years from now or more down the line, when that technology, you know, kind of changed. But now it's kind of like, well, I've got this upgrade, so I'm going to wait longer. And I think next time I get a TV, I'm going to get just, like, a super nice TV. Because I've always wanted, like, a super, super nice TV. Like a really, really high-end one that's just kind of ridiculously priced for some reason. But, you know, I just always kind of wanted that. And I was expecting to kind of save and wait for that. But now I'm going to... Yeah, I'm happy with this, though. It's a really good price point. Again, really good value, and it gives me the 4K 120, which is what I need to do my work. And Halo at 4K 120 is just It's the bomb, guys. That's the way to play the Halo games, I tell you. It's definitely great. But if you guys haven't experienced 120 frames, there's just something about the fluidity of it that's so awesome. I'm sorry if I'm missing comments and stuff like that. Red Dead Redemption 2. Oh, Red Dead is so gorgeous. Yeah, Red Dead is like really beautiful game. Like I'm not huge on it because it's so like long and open, and it, you gotta sit there and play it forever. I guess maybe I'm just not huge onto the Rockstar titles for whatever reason. They're still legendary games. I think Red Dead 2 is like one of the defining technical achievements of last gen. I think that one will get a 4K 60 someday. I don't know if it's a priority, but I think it will. Yeah, that is definitely a beautiful game for sure. Isn't console developers or game makers making console people stuck up its PC players with a constant talk about the superior? It's like a meme at this point, you know what I mean? But my big thing is it's necessarily like, yeah, that I guess that would be part of it too, where PC players are talking like it's all like amazing and stuff like that. But what I mean like stuck up wise is just you've got people that are communicating these technical details. Because when I was younger, what's the better one? Like what's the one that does the wrist rockets? Twin Blaster? What's the one with the rockets, right? Because when I was younger, on like the 360 era, like you could tell when a game's really performing bad, but if it was dropping 1 or 2 frames or the resolution wasn't great, I don't think we really cared at all. Or even on the original Xbox, I don't remember caring in the slightest. And it was only like Xbox One and everything like that when I started seeing, YouTubers and stuff online talking about these concepts that I got more into the idea of better frame rates or understanding the tech better, and that changed my understanding of gaming quite a bit. And I have higher expectations because of it. So I think it's almost a little bit of an educational thing, as well as, kind of dealing with people that are really quite stuck up about the whole concept of, gaming superiority on PC. Because I think these consoles go toe-to-toe with PCs. Like high-end PCs. They go toe-to-toe with them, especially like cost per value. It's kind of amazing. Yeah, so every time I get like a new computer build and stuff, the consoles just like catch right up. And I think they're going to keep up with it too. A lot better now. I think we're going to see some faster iterative upgrades to these consoles over time, at least on the Xbox side. And I think they're going to keep up to PCs unlike any generation before. And I think that's kind of exciting to see because it's going to push PC technology too, right? Just like the fact that these consoles are doing the NVMe drives, the SSDs. The better tier SSDs, because NVMe is kind of a little bit different than regular SSD. But anyways, I digress. Because that technology is being pushed on consoles, I think it's going to be pushed on PC a lot faster, and we're going to see higher adoption rates for that kind of technology, which is exciting. God damn it, there's a lot of doves in this. It looks like a John Woo movie. I think that's his name, right? The guy that loves to do he does the sick action, but then he's got like doves everywhere and stuff, and like fluttering away. Totally off topic here. Do I think we'll get graphic settings this generation of consoles? Not in the sense that I imagine you're saying. Like, I've seen a number of people that are like, I want full graphic options and stuff. Like, the whole point of a console is ease of use, or like a big part of what a console is. Is it almost daytime now in this game? Did we fight all night? Anyways, I didn't even know this had a day-night cycle, this thing, unless I haven't been noticing that it's daytime here. Anyways. Like, a big chunk of why people like consoles is you don't have to change settings. I could see us getting more options in the future for, like, because I always thought that was kind of a neat thing that maybe these companies should do, is, like, this game here, it should release with multiple resolution options and frame rate options. Not, like, changing all the different details like shadows and stuff like that. But I think they should be a little bit more forward considerate. Like, let's say the next Gears of War 6 comes out. I think that should come out with the standard Series X, mode. If they still support Xbox One, a mode for that. But what I'm saying is, it should have an option, hey, do you want to play this in 6K? Or do you want to play this in 8K? Or would you like to uncap the frame rate? Or would you like to do 120 FPS? And I know that might sound odd for now, but have those features kind of sitting there in case we get to a point where, hey, a future console could do that. Because it's really cool playing Grand Theft Auto 4, because in Grand Theft Auto 4 it has an uncapped frame rate, so it ran like crap back in the the 360 era. But now on Series X, we can have a smooth 60 FPS. So I'm thinking more forward compatible options would be a really cool thing, as opposed to having a bunch of different setting things. Because that's one tiring thing about PC, you know, like Xbox, you turn it on, you play a game. On PC, I have to like play with the settings. It's like, oh, I don't quite like the performance I'm getting with that, or I have to like adjust the DLSS, or you know, it's like consoles are supposed to be a little bit more easier to get into for anybody to play. That's just my thoughts on that one. Let's see, I'm playing a dead game? I don't think this game's dead. Like didn't this have a resurgence recently because people were streaming it? The full lobby, I mean, I don't think it's a dead game, is it? I mean, we've done a stream where we played the original Battlefront 2, so... I mean, that's technically a dead game because you can't play online anymore, but... I think this one's still alive. Or is it dead because it doesn't get updates anymore? Because that would be a fair thing to note. Because it would be dead in the sense that it's not, like, supported anymore. But to call it a dead game, I don't know. That's weird. Just like, I feel really bad for the social media manager that handles, like, the Fall Guys Twitter. Because I don't know if you guys have ever seen that Twitter, but it's just... all the comments are like, dead game, dead game, dead game. Which is kind of funny. Very tolerable with 20 FPS. God, I don't know if you guys have ever played GoldenEye on, like, the N64, but that wasn't necessarily the poster boy of fluidity of the multiplayer. Which is why, I don't know if you guys have played It Takes Two, but It Takes Two is a really, really great co-op experience. And I'm just floored by the fact that it runs at 4K, like a 4K resolution, and it's split, because you have to like double the resolution to do like a split thing. It's a lot of work on an engine, or console engine. But yeah. John, were you saying you were gonna... oh, you're gonna check out the Terminator game. Oh, that's cool. Thanks for considering using the affiliate link, because I remember reading that, and I kind of missed it. I think if you like the future concept of the future war, you might like it. And there's some adult-type scenes in it, too, if you do the right things in it, so I don't know if you would like those. Apparently they're very long and they stand out, because there's a funny video with a British guy that kind of is like, I guess his grandmother walked in or something while he was playing, and it was like, I was doing Terminator, and all of a sudden the characters are hooking up, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cheeky, but yeah, sorry if I'm just missing things. I try to keep up on stuff about the experience the game hands down. From the... yeah, see, that's the thing I'm saying, is right, like, back then it was just kind of like you played the games and stuff, and you might have noticed some things that stuck out, but nowadays it's like, you know, people are like, oh, god damn it, you know, it drops frames on this one highway of a game. Unplayable. And that bothers me a little bit, because it's like, you know, games aren't going to run perfect the whole way through. Some of them do, which is great, but to pick out certain scenes where it's not perfectly running and kind of like pick a game apart from that, I think is a little overboard for some things, right? And all the consoles. Switch has been killing it. That actually really bothers me, because Nintendo can be such like an arrogant company sometimes that it drives me crazy. Like with the Wii U, oh my god, but the Switch, they are doing perfect on that. But honestly, the Switch should technically be selling even better, and that might be a weird comment to hear, and people are like, what, the Switch is selling like billions, it's totally killing the previous Nintendo consoles. Yes, but if you look at how many sales the DS's have, and you're like, why are you comparing the DS sales to the Switch? Because this is the first time that they've moved everything into one pile. So the point of the Switch is so that they don't have to split their development teams. So in the past, you know, if you do a mobile, you have to have your top tier teams working on a mobile game and also working on a home game at the same time, which is really hard. Whereas the beauty of the Switch, they only have to work on one game. So you've got all of your dev power working on one console, so you get full support. And then past that, you technically should have higher sales because you're merging people that have never bought a home console before. They've only bought handhelds, and I'm sure everybody in their life knows a number of people that only play like the Nintendo handhelds. So technically you should have millions of more sales because you're taking that dwindled home audience that still buys Nintendo consoles and you're merging it with the mobile space. So technically that console should be huge, like exponentially selling even higher than it is. And I'm sure over time it will, But I'm just saying, I think that console hasn't even reached its full sales potential at this point, and it should be doing even better because it's getting both of those audiences together. And over time it will as well. I think there's a lot more of a roof for that one to hit, which is really kind of exciting to see at the same time. And at the same time, I don't necessarily like their attitude with their vault. You guys know about the Nintendo Vault, where it's like they killed Mario and stuff? And yeah, that's my kind of thoughts on that one. I don't necessarily like all their policies on things, but at the same time, and those consoles keep selling like hotcakes, they're just going to keep doing it. And that's how it goes. Oh well. But yeah, I'm glad Animal Crossing did so well, though, because I love that franchise, and I think because that one did so well, they're going to do like a lot more of them over time. And that, to me, is really exciting. Taking the dust off the the poor PS5. I'm glad you liked the content. Thanks for watching it. And I got shot as a battle droid. That's expensive. Bored out of Demon's Souls and Miles Morales. Well, there's older PS5 games you could play too. I myself don't have a lot to play on there. I did get Oddworld tonight though, so I'm going to be working on a review of that. I wish I would have gotten the review a little bit earlier because it's going to be a free game. So that I think that could be really popular for Oddworld, which is cool. And if you guys don't know what Oddworld is, it's a very, I think, beloved sort of defense-based game. Like you're not really an attack here. A passive game is kind of the thing. You're not really attacking. I think in this new one though, you have the ability to use your people in order to attack, so it's going to be a little bit different from the previous entries. But yeah, so it's called Oddworld Soulstorm. I'm very much looking forward to playing that and seeing the next chapter. And I believe the main character is Abe on that one. Sorry, I've been playing a number of Oddworld titles recently, you know, because they were all being ported on Switch and stuff, but not Xbox. Like, what the heck? Because they did Juicy and Tasty or something, and Oddworld, the guy with oh crap, Oddworld Wanted or something. You know, the guy that's got the crossbow that shoots stuff. I did a review on it. I can't remember that one. And then they also did Crunchy and Tasty or something too, which was actually a really sad game story-wise. But yeah, I'm slowly off topic on stuff like that. Hades. I'm kind of waiting for that one to maybe come up on Game Pass. Do I still play with Game Glass? Not really at this point. See, I did that one to review it and stuff and check it out. It's cool. I think I still have it somewhere in here. Maybe I sold it to someone. I'm not quite sure. It might be sitting around. So that one's kind of cool, especially if you're trying to like learn to aim or you want like an actual precision dot. Like, I think you should look at it for the context of what the situation is. Oh crap, I'm getting just like blown apart here. If you're looking at Game Glass, because on PC you can kind of emulate it on your screen. There's like programs you could get, but sometimes those programs might get like an anti-hack kind of thing might pop up and not like it. That's where the Game Glass kind of comes in. It was definitely a neat product though, so you might find it interesting if you are looking into it for, you know, certain reasons and certain usages. You might find it neat. Ow, I'm getting shot up here. That's Nintendo, you know. This is dope, but bad policies. That's the thing, is I just wish they would get more up to date with some of their policies, and I wish they would grow more with the audience. But I also guess they're kind of a company where they are internally young in style, and I don't think they're necessarily going to change their ways, and that's just kind of how it goes. It'll take a big failure like the Wii U for them to do anything different. Even with the Wii U, they didn't. Well, actually, we only got the Switch because the Wii U was such a failure, I think. And they just ported games over from the Wii U over time, which was funny. Because I remember, like, every game coming out on the Switch, everybody's like, did you play this new game? And I'm like, yeah, I played it on the Wii U. Like, you know, like Pac-Man and Mario Kart and Mario 3D and Toad's something other adventure or whatever. Or Donkey Kong was also a port, and they ported a lot of games over. Yeah. Series S will probably be 720. No ray trace. For what game specifically? I'm looking forward. Does anybody know when the mobile version of Apex is coming out? I keep hearing people talk about it. I want to probably cover that too to see what it's like on there. Do I think the Xbox Series S will have some issues in the future? No, because developers are gonna build with it on mind. God damn it, I want to play as Bosk. Give me a break today. I don't foresee issues. I do foresee sometimes a game might launch and the frame rate might be a little iffy or something like that. What's going on here? Did I glitch outside the ship or something? What was going on there? Was I controlling the ship? That's weird. Anyways, I do foresee maybe at launch having issues with that. What is going on?
Grenade primed.
I'm stuck. I can't respawn either. I'm stuck, guys. What is this game? What is this happening? Outer World and Ghost of Recon, they run it. Yeah, so a lot of the older games, backwards compatibility. So that's why I say if people care about backwards compatibility, you might want to get a Series X because you get the benefits of it. I mean, for the Series S, I think you get the frame rate boost, right? Okay, respawn. Good. Okay. Why does it keep doing that? Has anyone had that glitch before? I don't think I've ever had that. So I'm guessing I'm going to need to spawn on somebody, and that's going to be how I get out of this whatever thing. Okay, there we go. Okay, now it's fixed. Good. That was weird, right? Like I was spawning, like my head was out, my vision screen was outside of the playfield. That was really bizarre. I don't know why I did that. That was super cool there. Everywhere at the Series X is quite rare. It's kind of hard to get. Downgraded 1X. I wouldn't say it's a downgraded 1. Bosk! No! No! I wouldn't say it's a downgraded 1X because they don't have the same RAM, so it can't necessarily do the same as what the 1X does. The Series S really is a class of its own when it comes to, like, you know, the kind of specs in it. They're kind of amazing for, like, a next-gen cheap entry. But at the same time, you know, like, RAM and stuff is something that you kind of question. But I think, like, I don't foresee an issue with the Series S in the future. I think it's going to be a very good companion console for people. I think it's going to be a very good get you into the ecosystem console for people. I think it's going to be a nice affordable option for families and stuff. I think it's going to be a really good assist to the Xbox ecosystem. And, you know, you can always step up and get a Series X later on. I mean, it's not the biggest deal in the world to do so, like an upgrade like that. Okay, hopefully it doesn't... Okay, it's fixed now. That's good. We're not spawning with our head up outside of the ship. Is this game upgraded for next gen? No, it does not have a next gen optimization that is available here. I'm sorry if I'm missing anything question-wise. And since it has been a while, you know, be sure to like the stream so more people can check it out. You have questions and stuff, let me know. And I hope you guys are having fun on the Battlefront. Ow, I'm getting absolutely obliterated here. And I don't know if I missed anything question-wise. The entire Persona series. I wouldn't be shocked if... What? Why does it keep doing this? Am I, like, just in a weird situation where my, like, screen gets sent up above the ship or something? That is so... Like, I've never had this glitch before. I don't know if other people have come across it, but that is such a bizarre glitch. What was I kind of talking about there? Somebody was asking a question there. Oh, the Persona series. Yeah, I wouldn't be too surprised if Persona ends up on Series X and Series S, well, on Xbox in general, in the near future. I keep seeing a lot of rumored leaks about that one possibly popping up through Game Pass, especially with the success of... Well, Persona, like the last one, was really big sales-wise. And also, I don't know if I said C, but C, basically the fact that Yakuza has been doing so well on the Xbox consoles in regards to Game Pass. So I could see Persona being a very likely target in the near future to also arrive on Game Pass, at least on there. So I, you know, keep your hopes up, I guess, for that one, I'd say. I think it'll happen eventually. I'm very much looking forward to seeing that series come to the console. I think that would be really cool. Especially the Persona Up Dancing All Night series. I don't know, like, have you guys ever seen that one? So it's like a dancing version of Persona series. Kind of funny. Oh, we got a new objective. Good. Hopefully that fixes the weird spawning that I have to deal with, where I'm looking outside of the spaceship. What is that? Why does that happen? Why am I the one droid that has to have its head up in the clouds all the time? That's what I want to know. Ooh, we're in the end game here. If we finish this off, we win the match. That's kind of exciting. So, assuming we can actually finish this off here. Go, 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 troops. That is a lot of enemies. So what my friends did last time that we had to do this battle was we were the super battle droids, and we just kind of sat behind one of the generators, and we just destroyed all the other generators from there, and we were super effective as a squad. So hopefully I can become one of those and get that done. I think if I keep doing this, this will probably likely allow me to kill this pretty fast. Why am I not reading your comments? I'm sorry, I try my best to keep up with all the comments, but there are many comments, and I don't answer all comments. I try to, but I don't answer all. Like your take on the consoles, keep doing what I'm doing. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you are, you know, enjoying things and finding me not too annoying about stuff in that. I just like playing games, and I like to cover as many games as possible and see as many different things as possible. It keeps doing it! Why? Why does it keep glitching? Oh, what a waste of the droid. The music. Are you talking about the Persona Up All Night music kind of things? 'Cause that's, I was supposed to review those games, and I kind of... Oh, did we won? Oh, nice. Yeah, Separatists. Yeah, I don't think I ever did actually get my reviews done for the Persona music games that I got, because I was like, these are so much weirder than I thought they would be. But I also don't remember them being that bad either, and I was supposed to cover them, and I just kind of ran out of time to. Yeah, and I think I seem to be a rare shiny in the gaming scene. Aw, thanks. I play Pokemon Go quite a bit, so that's very, very kind of you to say. I know how rare shinies are, even if you want to get them, or even if you pay for the special bundle thing. Yeah, the summer event, I got into that one, and I was like, got like no shinies. I was pretty heartbroken. Ooh, there's a Cubone here. What? Gotta get the Cubone. Is the Series X good for gaming and comfortable? Yeah, it's a nice controller. I mean, I do have a review up on the channel, man, where I review the controller and talk about it for like 10 minutes or so. Kind of dive into it there, but it's really nice, you know. I really love it. It feels really good on the hands. It's a big upgrade over the Xbox One controller. You'd really be surprised, I think, if you went from Xbox One to Series X controllers. You'd be quite pleasantly surprised by the change of it. Is it good for COD Warzone? I mean, yeah, usually. I mean, we do alright in it, I think. Yeah, Persona is just good in general. I've heard so many good things about that series, and hopefully someday I'll be doing a video where it's Persona on Series X. That would be fantastic. I hope it does happen. Again, I've been seeing more and more rumors suggesting that this is, you know, a real possibility, a thing that could be actually happening. So, yeah, we just got to kind of wait and see. I think there's a lot of exciting stuff coming for Xbox this year, and who knows, maybe sooner than later it'll just pop up on the console and everybody will be like, yeah, we're doing Persona. And hopefully it's a really big deal, and they port over more of them so that more people can play all of the Persona titles on the platform. That would be really nice, right? Hopefully that is the case. Because, I mean, it's not like it hasn't been on Xbox before. I think on 360 there was one of the Persona titles, right? Cubone is so cute. It kind of is. I love, I'm a big fan of the guinea pigs. I don't know if you guys know of guinea pigs. And sometimes people will 3D print the Cubone masks for the guinea pigs, and it's perfect. It looks just excellent on them. Yeah. Hearing character wiping. Oh, that's not cool. Especially Demon Souls, that would freak me out. I keep trying to play that game. I think I'm just going to do a video talking about the visuals and stuff on it. I've filmed stuff on it, but man, I just, like, do not have the heart to work through Demon Souls. I just do not have really any of the courage or the skill to be able to emotionally handle working through those Dark Souls-esque titles. It's too hardcore. And I don't like being the CIS. I'd rather be the clones. We're not playing against the Stormtroopers, the clones. They have cooler armors and stuff. This map is lovely though. Look at the backdrop of those clones fighting there. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Like, don't know if you guys remember the Battlefront 2 stream or have seen Battlefront 2 in action, like the original one, the 2005 Battlefront 2. But yeah, the maps look so different. I should do a comparison video of this versus Battlefront 2, like just like the maps in each of them. I think that would be a lot of fun, seeing the difference of the years. Yeah, that would be entertaining for me to kind of put into action. Just kind of that would be a really fun comparison video. I'd actually really like doing that. That might be fun. I'm trying to find more comparison videos that I kind of enjoy doing weird things on. Like we did Gears 2 recently, and I've got some other ones I think filmed, but I have to like edit them and put them together, which is again very time consuming. I don't know if you guys watch any of the comparison type videos, but definitely a lot of work to do those. So you don't get them as often as you do like the reviews and stuff, which are a lot easier to kind of put together video wise. But yeah, we should have some more cool comparisons in the future as well once I edit it, work through it. Oh, and since it hasn't been a while, you know, be sure to like the stream. Questions and stuff are great. I hope you guys are enjoying, you know, the action. Again, a great appreciation for John doing the two donations there at the top, so that was really nice. And I hope you guys are having some fun on Geonosis as we try to survive here. Auto HDR makes Dead Space 3 look gorgeous. Auto HDR in a lot of games looks really nice. It's actually surprising when you play a game that doesn't have auto HDR support. You're like, oh, that's a bit of a shocker. Because there's only like a handful that don't support it. I think that's kind of neat. But it's too small. So the Series X controller, they did try to get a smaller perimeter so that more different ages could actually use it and stuff. Dead Space 3 for co-op. Yeah, that's kind of fun. I don't know if I'm missing anything. Better do Black Ops Cold War disc PS5 need to be internet installed? I believe you kind of need an internet connection for Black Ops Cold War in general. I don't really know what you'd be doing without that one because it's so update reliant. The newer Call of Duties like are getting updated like literally every week, I think, almost. And during the end of seasons, you get like big 40 gigabyte updates for those. So that's kind of just, you know, how that game is handled. Like everything gaming wise is very internet based nowadays, unless you're playing single player. But even single player games, a lot of them need updates to be running properly. Yeah, playing without internet. Yeah, like I said, games are very, very internet reliant these days. Playing them. Because they make more money off of us being connected to the internet and playing these service games. That's a big part of it. 67. But I need to be an account level 50 for that achievement. I don't think I'm ever going to get it. Maybe if we do enough streams over the next years, I'll end up getting it, but I don't know. I feel like I'm pretty far away from an account level 50 in this for that one achievement. I don't even know how much Gamer Score you get. It's probably not even worth it, but I would like to get it if possible, but I don't think that's going to happen. People need internet. They definitely do need internet. I think internet needs to become more and more of a right as time goes on. I think it's ridiculous how people are still like even in Canada, I think the internet connections here are just like, the infrastructure is such a joke. It's an atrocity, honestly. And the government just does not care at all. And you guys probably don't even have any context of it, but my god, that there's a Rogers-Shaw deal coming in, and those are like two of our internet providers and stuff, and they're trying to like be bought by one. Like Rogers is trying to buy Shaw, and if that happens, that will be like the worst, I think, atrocity in like Canadian history in regards to anti-competition. You know, just fueling the ogliopolies of this country, which would be really disappointing. But I'm sure that's not relevant to everybody. So yeah. Disc-based things. I don't even know the disc-based conversation. I find it really hard to like read some of the chat here. Oh, that guy got to be boss. That's so jelly. Some of the chat is hard to read because people have such long names that it like blends into the conversation that they're trying to put out in the text chat, and on the surface I just like cannot read it. It's so tiny. But let's keep battlefronting, and I think we're really taking it to this team. Like, I assume blue means us, right? Blue is our friendly guys, and red is bad guys on this one. Some games don't change it based on the side you're at. If you're a bad guy, you're a red guy no matter what. Depending on the game. And blue is always like consistent with one side, if you get what I mean in that regard. But this game, it seems to swap it back and forth, and we are really taking it to the clone troopers. We might be up in the ships in a sec here. Be great for winning the Battlefront. I hope we get around on Felucia though. That would be fun. I like that map quite a bit. It's really lovely. Yeah. Kind of not having quite the understanding what folks are talking about in the chat, something about internet connection, so I'm gonna let folks chat amongst themselves in that regard and not pitch in. Okay, what are we doing? We still haven't taken B yet, but we're pinning them back pretty hard, so I think that's good. We're losing the... Oh, I killed somebody with that grenade, nice. 2 people with the grenade, or at least assists, like... Yeah, I hate that in games where they started giving you, like, you killed this person, even though you're, like, getting an assist on killing somebody. Like, I get that it's to make people feel good, but it doesn't really let me know if I've actually killed people or not, which was always an important metric for me when I'm playing. Like, Overwatch and stuff, it's like, yeah, sure, everybody feels good, but, like, did I actually kill this person, or was I just kind of helping out on the kill? There is a difference, at least I think so, between the two of them. Am I willing to play Dead Space 3 co-op? I don't know if I really have time in the near future to, but eventually someday I might do it. I don't know. Like, I had a co-op campaign started in Dead Space 3 with somebody that I don't really play anymore with, so I kind of don't really touch that one based on that kind of experience then. Yeah. Definitely a gloomy time for sure. Okay. I think we're gonna get up in the ship soon, right? I mean, we have a position called the high ground. That's gotta be a cheeky reference, right? Has to be. I mean, they're Star Wars fans making this game, right? Oh, god damn it. Shot in the back by a pistol guy with the jet trooper. Man. Glad I went with Star Wars, though. I was thinking of doing Battlefield tonight for stream, but I think the Star Wars was a fun choice, because it's quite enjoyable. But I think we might do Battlefield in the Ball stream one. Kill the clone troopers. We're at 96%, guys. We're almost boarding the ship. We're almost heading out there. Bethesda doesn't have any microtransactions. So, I mean, microtransactions are, like, dependent on the type of game you're playing. If that makes sense. Like, multiplayer games are going to have them, or they're going to have battle passes. That's just how they make money. Just because they're under Microsoft doesn't mean that's going to stop. I think their single-player games are not going to have them because they don't need to have them now under. That's the big difference that you should consider in that regard. Is microtransactions safe on Xbox Series X through the Microsoft Store? Yeah, it's just a regular purchase like any digital content. I mean, Microsoft's probably one of the more secure companies that you could buy something from. I would think of. So yeah, I'd say it's pretty safe to buy microtransactions if you're buying them, or digital purchases on the Microsoft Store and that. I mean, I don't think I've ever read of anyone having any issues. I mean, I don't know how you could because it's all secure, but yeah, you could feel pretty safe about that. Play Battlefield tomorrow. I'll consider it. Is there a Battlefield preference? I think Battlefield 5, because it's newer, might be the smartest choice. But I know there's a lot of people that are like, oh, Battlefield 1 is the only one to play. And it's like, oh no. I kind of wonder whatever is the fastest. What is going on with the terrain there? Whatever the fastest finding match is. Because I was kind of looking at Battlefield 5. I actually loaded the game up before playing this. And I was kind of like, we're not doing any... Oh, we were boarding. Yeah, you can even see that under my thing behind me. I don't know if it shows it, but yeah, I had Battlefield 5 loaded because I was like very much thinking about it, but I couldn't find any Conquest playlists, so I think you just have to do Grand Operations in that one. But we might do Battlefield next for a stream, I'm thinking, in the future. Yeah. Let's see. Glad you were enjoying it. Have fun with AC Valhalla. Good luck being a Viking. Will Battlefield 6 be on Game Pass? I mean, we don't know. Eventually it will be, because EA Play is part of Game Pass, so eventually, you know, we'll see Battlefield 6 on there. There are rumors right now going around that Battlefield 6 will launch on Game Pass day 1. That would be really interesting to see, but we won't know about that probably until E3 if it does happen. So we don't know for sure yet. How do I switch shoulder perspectives? God damn it, I'm on the wrong shoulder. Crap, can somebody help me? How do I... Is it down on... Yeah, okay, there we go, down on the D-pad. Nice, okay. Now I can kind of look at what I'm doing. Got it. The shoulder thing can totally throw me off sometimes, you know? Die, clone troopers! Yeah, these battle droids, if people let you just cut them down, you can annihilate people with this class. It is seriously deadly. Oh, Yoda, you monster. Battlefield 4 Hardliner, Battlefield 1. See, those ones are a little bit harder because there's not as many people playing them. Battlefield 4 is possible, though. Actually, Hardline, there were a number of people playing that last time I tried it. Like, a good number of people. I was actually pleasantly surprised. How dare you shoot at me, clone trooper? Where is he? He's hiding behind the ship. I can't hit him. Oh, now he comes around and shoots me with the thing. Oh, thank you very much for the donation. I quite appreciate that. SAR35. I don't know specifically what that means, but thank you for donating so much. I do appreciate you actually doing that. Thank you for considering, you know, for doing that. And, you know, I never know what to say when I get donations. I'm always so awkward about it, but I do appreciate it quite a bit. Thank you for that. It's definitely quite appreciated, and I think it shows up at the top there, so that's kind of cool too, right? I think it's like pinned or something. But yeah, thank you very much. Definitely cool. Pay attention to time. Yeah, that's the thing about downloads. Do I think Uplay will come to Game Pass? I thought I already confirmed that Uplay was coming to Game Pass on April 1st, guys. Come on. I gave you the inside scoop on that one. I very much do think Uplay, but it's not going to be Uplay. It's called Ubisoft Plus now as their service. I think that will actually come to Game Pass by the end of the year. I know there's been a number of rumors talking about it, but I legitimately think it's a very strong chance that that is going to happen. Because they do have a good relationship with Microsoft, so I think they're probably going to see the value of it, and I think it'll happen similar to like EA Play. And I would assume if they do get that to happen, that Game Pass would probably increase in price, but it would definitely be worth it for the extra Ubisoft titles. At least I think so. Need Battle Pass and DLC. It's Battlefield 3 or 4, what do I like more? I had more fun memories on Battlefield 4 than I did on Battlefield 3, and I think the story in Battlefield 4 is a little bit better than the Battlefront or Battlefield 3. I'd have to go with Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, I think. I just remember Operation Locker being a true treat, and it was, to me, Battlefront and Battlefield are so similar. Especially since it's late at night, and I came home from the bar earlier, but to me, Jesus Christ, for me, Battlefront, oh, god damn it. Okay, one sec, let me think about this. Battlefield 4, for me, is the one I like more, because I associate it with being that kind of true next-gen game for me. You know, when I went from 360, I had a 360 version of it, and then I got the Xbox One version of Battlefield 4, and I was like, wow, this is, you know, the fluidity and everything. I was like, wow, this is like an entirely different game. Like, this is amazing. I've never, like, this feels so next gen, and that was like back in 2013 or whatever, right? But I associate that with being a really great game, playing with like a bunch of friends. Like, that's all we would really, I think most of what we played back then when the console came out was Battlefield. So, you know, I have a stronger nostalgic association with, not Bosk. Oh, that's not Bosk. That's just some lame clone trooper. Who cares about that? You thought I was real? What? About Bowen's King of Xbox reviews. Oh, thank you. I really do hopefully want to be getting to that point where people think of, you know, if they're wondering how a game is running on Xbox, they kind of look at the channel, or, you know, a review of an Xbox game's coming up, and they take a look at what I'm doing. Victory! Yeah, Separatists. Think we're winning a lot tonight. I guess I got you. Why, do you guys like Battlefield 3 more? Am I missing something on that one? Is Battlefield 3 the better game? I don't know. Battlefield 4 is pretty great. I mean, Battlefield 3 is really good too, but I don't know. Is there that much of a difference where there'd be like one is definitively way better than the other? I think those two kind of go like pretty close to each other. You don't like ghosts? Well, I mean, I try to give you the intel I can when I hear about things. He told us about Perfect Dark. I did tell people about Perfect Dark. I did very much tell people about that. You know, like, I am in the industry and stuff. I do hear certain things. I'm not an insider by any point, or any means. But I do say maybe watch the Twitter. Sometimes I say interesting things on there, but, you know, if I have information early, I do tend to give out some info. I will say, though, when I have Minecraft information, I do tend to get Minecraft stuff early. Like for the Minecraft... what was it called? When they revealed the Minecraft Mountains update, they did, like, Minecraft Live at the beginning of this year, or just before this year, or something like that. I did actually get that info, like, 2 or 3 weeks before it happened. Maybe it was like 2 weeks or something like that. So Minecraft I have a bit of the inside track on, but other stuff it's just like what I hear from people and that. Am I playing this game at 120 FPS? No, it does not support 120. Technically my TV can run at 120, but I'm also not playing at that because when I stream it goes through 60. But no, this does not have 120 FPS support. It would be cool if it did, this one, but no. When I do non-live games, I'm playing at 120. So if you watch my Fortnite stuff, you watch my Rainbow Six Siege, you can see in the corner I've got like the counter, so you can see what frame rate I'm hitting on those ones. Halo I play at 4K 120, you know, stuff like that supports it. This one does not support 120 FPS. As interesting as that would specifically be. Yeah, so no on that one. But I did definitely give out the Perfect Dark details ahead of time. I knew it was happening, and I was so excited. Like, I didn't really have details ahead of time, but I kind of knew it was coming. Yeah, because I was like, oh, it's Perfect Dark, guys, and then Perfect Dark happened, and I was like, I told you so. But I also got another one recently that I was talking about that happened. I remember what that was, but it was something. Capture the command post. Why are we on Naboo again? I want Flucia. It's such a gorgeous level. This one's just got really cool doves, but, you know, it doesn't hold a candle to the Flucia map. We are gaining reinforcements. That's great. Oh, since it's been quite a while and I really need to keep up on this stuff, if you haven't already, be sure to like the stream if you haven't. So I hope you're enjoying the action. Totally mixed up on what I'm saying. I really do appreciate the donations thus far. We were able to get a couple from different folks, so I do appreciate that quite a bit, guys. Yeah, generally, I hope you're having fun. Time for that John Woo action movie style thing with the doves! They're supposed to fly. Why aren't you flying? Fly in the air, doves. You're embarrassing me. Now they're going. Fly! That's just the one. God. I'm on the wrong part of the map for the dove thing, aren't I? It sucks. It's okay. Ignore the doves, guys. Maybe there's doves moving. Yay! John Woo action movie. I hope I'm getting that right. I think it is John Woo who does the action movies with the doves, though, right? Like, he does all of those, I think. Trying to recall all that. Hard to remember things. Oh, damn droids! Gotta kill those clankers. Am I right? You guys got any cool Star Wars catchphrases I should be throwing out here while I'm shooting things?
General Grievous has been spotted.
All those clankers are coming.
Got all the objectives.
Get him down, guys. Ow, are we getting shot from the side? Oh, nice kill on that one. Trooper.
Command post Auric has been lost.
They're sending in the supers. That's one of them, right? From the old Battlefront game. What's the one with the wrist rockets or something like that? Oh, jeez! It's General Grievous. He's towing around. Okay, he's got lightsabers. I don't know where he is. Does anyone know where Grievous went? There's General Grievous. Oh, come on. He's doing that thingy he does with the lightsaber things. That's not cool. I do not like that. Biggest YouTuber was roasting Call of Duty Ghosts. That's great. Xbox sleeps on Minecraft. They do. I'm so mad about how they treat Minecraft on Xbox. Okay, so first off, Minecraft, they do great things with it. They supported it beautifully, Microsoft. They've done wonderful things with that game on so many platforms. It's so great in that regard. But, like, you have the biggest goddamn game in the world, and you don't make it run great on your own console? It's crazy to me. It's absolutely insanely crazy that that game isn't a sparkling beacon of what the Series X can do. Like, we should be having ray tracing on Minecraft on Xbox, and it should look gorgeous. Or we should have like a 4K 120 or a 4K 60 at least for Minecraft on Xbox. It's so weird that we don't get better treatment for like Minecraft. Like, remember when they canceled the Super Duper pack? I never forgot that. That kind of sucked. And again, you know, they've done wonderful work supporting Minecraft over the years. They've grown it far bigger than I think it ever would have been if somebody else hadn't picked up Minecraft. Like, with all the updates and everything they've done. So many cool things like the pandas and the bees, and yeah, those things are cool. But, you know, and Minecraft Dungeons is really awesome, so I love that effort. Look at Minecraft Dungeons. Minecraft Dungeons runs at like 4K 120. It's like, why is Minecraft itself not getting something bigger? You know, it's weird. They totally squander having access to like the biggest game. It's huge. Like, Minecraft is massive. I don't know. It's crazy to me, right? Like, I think I'm not the only one that feels that way. You're eating cake, nice. Just like the simulations. Yeah, that one. That's a classic. Just like the simulations, boys. And watch those wrist rockets. Yeah, that's another Battlefront one. Ah, we gotta do another Battlefront 2 classic stream now. Totally in the mood. You'd think people would find it weird if we switched over to classic Battlefront 2. Probably be like, what the heck? Oh, I remember the last time I streamed this, people were like, why are you playing the old not this one, but when I streamed the old Battlefront 2, people were like, I thought you would be playing the new one, but this is pretty cool too. I'm like, yeah, old Battlefront is awesome. Yeah, that game is just... oh, so many memories, and it looks so nice on here. It's so beautiful running in 4K. It's just awesome, that original Battlefront game. Ray tracing is supposedly yeah. Oh, I could be Obi-Wan. Yes. So I mean, that I understood that it was supposed to be coming to Xbox, the ray tracing on Minecraft. But I also hear a lot of words that that demo was possibly just a demo to show off what the Xbox could do, while not necessarily being something that will come to Xbox Minecraft. So keep that in mind as well, that it might not necessarily come. I was thinking maybe when they do the mountain update in the summer, that might be included, but we'll have to wait and see if they do that. I hope I get cool access to it though, so I can show it off, but we'll have to, you know, wait and see in that. I usually, 4,000 points, goddammit. Like I said, I usually have good connections with Microsoft and Minecraft, and I haven't done as much Minecraft stuff recently. Usually they give me some coins and stuff, and then I can like check out all the custom maps and show them off, but I haven't gotten that in a while, so I haven't really been able to do much Minecraft. But I am looking at doing another part in my... oh no, General Grievous! Another part in my Minecraft survival series, so we'll see if people check that out. Because I like playing Minecraft a lot. You know, I find it quite fun. A really enjoyable game. Just a really good time. Okay, that's messed up. What? Gears collection? General Grievous. If Microsoft controls Minecraft, why is it on PlayStation? Well, it was already on there. And I mean, technically, you know, if they were really trying to do so, you know, really competing, they would remove it from there. But I mean, that's not really what they're trying to do. And also, Minecraft makes so much money that it's worth putting on there and putting on other platforms. There's a story out there where when they bought Minecraft back in the day, the head of PlayStation actually called like Phil Spencer and asked him if he was going to take Minecraft off of PlayStation because they were worried, because that's like one of the biggest sellers like on all platforms of Minecraft. And yeah, he ended up not doing that. But I mean, they could, but I don't like. Minecraft kind of belongs to everyone, I think. You know, it's the type of game where everybody should have access to Minecraft. So yeah, just because you have and own something doesn't mean you should necessarily take it away from other people. Minecraft being something like that. And like you've seen, like, new games, they launch, like, they'll be available. Like, Hellblade 1 was on all platforms because they didn't own them then. But now Hellblade 2 will only be on the box. But for Minecraft, it's like, you make so much money off of that game. It's, and just keep it with everybody. It's one of the, well, I'd say it's probably the only exception when it comes to game releases from Xbox not being exclusive to the ecosystem. Because it's such a special case, basically. See how well Godzilla. Well, I mean, it didn't do well. It did very well for a pandemic movie at the theater. Shockingly well. It broke pandemic movie theater records. So yes, for a current era time, yes, it did very well at the theaters. And I'm not surprised. It's Godzilla fighting King Kong. And we haven't had really any movies in the theaters, so why wouldn't that movie do really well? Now, with that, actually, the theaters aren't open here, so I couldn't even watch it in the theater. I screened it at home. I don't know if you guys saw that I did a review for it, but I've been doing some movie reviews film-wise. I usually just do them written. You know, I just do written reviews, but I've been trying to do some video ones every now and then. Anyways, I digress. It was good that that one did so well. I hope there was also trending hashtag Save the Monsterverse, so hopefully we get more. This is the end of their contract, though, if that makes sense. They had a contract that they can use Godzilla for so many X amount of years, and it ended in 2020, actually. But they're not gonna like stop the movie coming out, right? They spent all the hundreds of millions of dollars on it, but yeah. So hopefully we get more. I like the MonsterVerse; it's a lot of fun. The Godzilla movies I haven't really been a fan of in the MonsterVerse, like the newer ones, but the King Kong movies, like Godzilla vs. Kong or King. The other one, Kong Skull Island or something. Those were really, really good. A lot of fun, but yeah, I'd like more big monster movies. I think they're a lot of fun. So hopefully that did do well enough for them to do more. Minecraft. Yeah, Minecraft runs really good, but it's not optimized for the platform, if that makes sense. Like, it's not fully taking advantage of Series X and Series S. And it's just weird that they wouldn't push their biggest game, you know, on the platform. But then again, Halo Infinite got delayed, so anything can go, right? I don't know. I wish they would do more with Minecraft. Like I said, the Minecraft Super Duper update, they failed at delivering that, and that was really disappointing. And it's just kind of like, why do we not get better treatment for Minecraft on the platform, is all I'm saying. GTA 6 in 2023? I really do not think so. I think GTA 6 will be like 2025, 2026. I'm assuming the fact that they are doing a optimization on GTA 5 and doing GTA Online as its own thing means that GTA 6 is a lot further out than people think it is. I literally think 2025, 2026 for that one, if not later, quite honestly. And that depends if the world gets back to a traditional state of work and everything like that, and whenever that happens, you know, that impacts game development quite a bit in the modern era. So we'll have to see. I think legitimately it might go toe-to-toe with the Elder Scrolls 6 as like Game of the Year that year, so that should be interesting to see when it happens. Godzilla did better than pre-Godzilla. Well, I mean, that movie wasn't very good. I don't think it did better. Did it do better opening weekend? Like, globally, or are you talking about just the US box office? Because I think it was like, what, 50 million in the US box office? And that's not necessarily very big. And I think the last Godzilla was a failure, and the only reason Godzilla vs. Kong came out, and I say failure as in box office return, because it's a little bit different failure-wise metrics when it comes to movies. But I think the only reason Godzilla vs. Kong came out was because they had finished it before even Godzilla King of the Monsters had released in theaters, so it was already done and ready to go. Well, I mean, it wasn't like done, but it was like, you know, they had it filmed and everything like that, and they were just doing like CGI work, which is not the same as like filming schedule like that. That's the reason it even happened, was because it was prepared. It's Anakin and Obi-Wan going up against Darth Maul, old nemesis. I was the one that killed Darth Maul. Just a lonely clone trooper out here on the battlefront doing his part in the war. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, gotta watch those wrist rockers. Wrist rockets. It's just like in the simulation. I like those phrases. They're fun. A lot of fun. Good luck on your exam. I hope it goes well. I'm glad you're watching the lives, and I hope you're enjoying them and stuff, and I hope your exam, you know, are successful there. Am I excited for the Halo MCC update? Yes, I am. I love playing MCC. It is the one game that I play in a casual capacity when I'm not working. I enjoy playing it quite a bit, and I am always excited at the new content. I almost wish they would slow down, though, or make it easier for me to get credits, because I'm so far behind on the seasons. I'm only halfway through the last season they did. I've got all the other seasons finished, but I am missing half, or over half of the first season, I think, or maybe it's the second season. It's General Grievous, no! He's doing the thing he does where he crawls around really uncomfortably, so it's unsettling. Yeah. Pretty sure they're working on the Minecraft update. Again, nothing really has been confirmed in that regard. It's been assumed because of the demos they showed, but there's no official confirmation on the fact that they are working on that kind of update. The only thing confirmed on there, because again, I interviewed like the guy that works on Minecraft. Can't remember his name. He's a big guy on Minecraft. And I'm not doing that as like, oh, a cocky, I interviewed the guy from like literally he is a big guy on Minecraft. Let me look this up. Minecraft. I think I also did a video interview that you can see on the channel as well. It talks about it. Really? That doesn't show up as a thing? Oh yeah, because I'm just searching that, I guess. Alright, one sec. I'm just kind of searching up who I interviewed here. The Caves and Cliffs. Corey Shavayak, vanilla developer. I think he's pretty high up. I remember, because it said he was just a vanilla developer on it, but then I read afterwards that he was a bigger deal within the company. So I think he was pretty important. Anyways, when I talked to him, we were just like, literally, they're just focusing on the mountains one, apparently. But maybe they'll throw in the other update with that too. So that would be pretty cool. And GTA 6, well, GTA 5 is doing well. That's exactly it, right? Like, they want the money. Oh, yeah, no, I'm not saying Godzilla vs. Kong isn't, you know, a successful movie. Like I said, it's very successful for the pandemic. I'm just saying, you know, the successfulness of it now compared to what it could have been is a very interesting thing to think about, right? Like, it's very fascinating. It's like, would people have cared at all if this wasn't like a pandemic situation and we haven't had any new movies for a long time? Or would this movie have been even bigger because, you know, the theaters are closed and not at full capacity, right? Or even open. Like I said, theaters aren't even open where I live. I can't go to a theater and watch a movie right now. So you gotta wonder, it's like, are they limiting their potential by releasing right now? Or, yeah. Obi-Wan, I waited for so long to play as you and you died in like 2 seconds. But I want to play as Obi-Wan again. No! How did somebody get that? I was pressing the A button. Sad fate. No Obi-Wan Kenobi for me. No doing catchphrases like, hello there. And, you know, the Force will be with you, always. I think I'm caught up on questions and stuff. That's good. Very good. And a good point to be like, hey, you know, be sure to like the stream and that so more people can check it out. Questions and stuff are great. I hope you guys are having fun and enjoying action on the battlefront. Oh crap, I am absolutely getting obliterated. Get out there, guys. I thought we were doing really well, but they're definitely coming back strong against us. They're up to 69% now. We're at 63. You know, we were holding our own very well here, but we're losing it. We're losing the battle now. But hopefully not the war. Which is a little disappointing because we had a lot of success, you know. I think we won the last 2 or 3 games in a row, so it would be cool to continue that, but I don't know if that's going to be the case here. I also like how this is a game that I don't really pay attention to the scoreboards on. I have no idea how I've been doing the last few. I think I've been killing a lot of people, but not necessarily been laser focused on that either, which is a nice kind of change of pace for a game. Usually that matters quite a bit. Where is this red? Oh, there we go. One of those weird sounds. Oh, it's Count Dooku. Ooh, I bombed him. Matrodome with the grenade there. 100% low. Theaters are going to see a huge boom. I think they will get a bit of a big resurgence from people wanting to go and see them. I also think they may have potentially lost some customers long term just due to the fact of, not necessarily anything in their control, but the fact that some people will now be used to watching movies at home instead of going to a theater for new releases. So those dynamics will be fast. I'm a firm believer that I think theaters will always be around, but I don't think they'll always be what they are right now. I think they're kind of a little bit in their twilight years in regards to being like as huge as they are. We'll have to wait and see, right? Things change, tastes change. 1 minute one thing is one way, and 1 minute something is the other way, and it's just how life goes, really. I will say, though, screening movies at home is a lot easier than it is going to a theater. For screenings, I would have to traditionally drive. Like, it was basically... And I loved it. I loved screening movies. It was so fun. I did it for, like, 4 or 5 years straight. So what you would do is, like, I literally had to mark off, like, Wednesday nights, because that's, like, a screening night, and I'd have to take someone, and I'd have to drive across town and wait at a theater for a couple hours, or whatever, depending on the type of screening, right? Usually I had, like, saved seats, so it wasn't that bad, but, you know, it usually was, like, a Wednesday night would just be, like, a screening night for me to go and watch a movie, and that was just the cycle of work at the time, and it was kind of, it was awesome. It was awesome for a long time, and I haven't been able to do that in... Oh, geez, ages, so... Hopefully that returns to... Well, I don't know if they'll do screenings again afterwards. We'll have to wait and see, but... Hopefully I'll be able to do that again. And now at home, you just kind of, like, choose the night, prepare, like, an alcoholic beverage, order in a pizza or something, and watch it at home. It's actually kind of nice, too. You know, turn off the lights in the room, enjoy the nano leafs, and... yeah, that actually is kind of really nice, too. Really fun, but... You know, I think it's better getting out and, like, hearing the audience and stuff. I think that matters a lot for the context of scoring films. Is the Series S worth it, or go for the Series X? I mean, if you're not in a rush, I think the Series X is, you know, quite a bit stronger. For me, it's the bigger part is, like, you know, do you care a lot about backwards compatible games? Because those are going to run a lot better and have, like, better visuals and stuff on Series X than they are on the Series S. But if you just care about newer games and you think the Series S will do fine for you resolution-wise and stuff, you're more than good to go with the Series S. Again, it really comes down to, like, older things and how much you care about, like, resolution and stuff. If you just care more about performance, you know, Series S, totally good. Great option. Definitely worth it. How's everybody doing? We're doing great, I think. We're definitely having a little bit more of a popular stream earlier, but we're still going along and... enjoying the simulation. A new Sonic game that's 120 FPS. I think the only time we'll get like a good new 3D Sonic game is if somebody like buys Sega. I don't know if you remember, I don't know if you were here in the last stream, but last night we were talking about there's a rumor where multiple companies are apparently looking at buying Sega right now. So that's interesting if that's true. I mean, those rumors have been going around for a long time about the Sega purchase, so we'll see if that happens or not. Rocket down the trooper. He killed me. Yeah, it is pretty chill. And yes, yummy pizza. We got a great place here. We'll either do Papa John's, because I quite like Papa John's, or we'll do like this place called like Signores, which is like a local to the city kind of pizza place. They do like this great donair pizza. It is absolutely fantastic. you feel like really sick afterwards because you know you eat too much of it. You ever know when you eat too much of a good thing, you're like, oh, that was so good, but I'm gonna feel that later. That's one of those times. And yeah, that pizza is so good. If you are in the city, it's a must-have place. You can go and just order a slice out their window. Well, you can't now because of COVID, but normally you can go up to their like pickup window and you just be like, I want a slice of blah blah blah, and they'll just like, it's like a few dollars, and they'll give you like a slice of pizza. It's a really cool place. It really is. So yeah. Do I play Warzone? Yes, I do play Warzone. I stream it fairly often. I think we last did it 5 nights ago or something like that. We were doing Outriders. I was streaming the Outriders game, so we weren't playing that, but usually I do quite a bit of Warzone streaming. It's fairly fun, so you can stay tuned for that. I do Warzone fairly often, because I work through the Battle Pass and stuff, so, you know, we gotta grind that out. I don't think I'm doing very well at this Battle Pass, though. I'm trying to get enough points to unlock the Max's character pack, but yeah, I'm just not progressing the fastest through that, that's for sure. A lot of work. Grievous is stream sniping. Grievous is just a boss that absolutely annihilates clone troopers. That's what he is. He's an absolute animal, that guy. Can't be stopped. And I think we're gonna lose the ground battle, but like by a slim margin here. It's just gonna suck. Yeah, where it's like 94, 98. That's pretty close. At least I think so. But I think they got it. Yeah, 99. Yeah, they're gonna be boarding the ship here soon. This isn't good. CT Project Red. I don't think they could buy CD Project Red because a good chunk of them is kind of owned by like their local government. Like actually like a part of the GDP of I think it's Poland is actually like CD Project Red, which is kind of interesting. So I don't know if they'd necessarily allow themselves to get bought. Like I don't know if that would be possible. It would be a cool purchase. I think it would be nice, but it also doesn't necessarily fuel Game Pass to a full degree because they take so long working on their games. But it would be an e-purchase. I think it'd be really cool to have The Witcher, Cyberpunk on the front, like on Xbox as exclusives. Those are like massive RPG titles. Yeah, it would be cool. It's a neat concept, but I think maybe we'll see some smaller studios purchased by Xbox in the future. Not as many big ones, because those don't come around too often. You know, deal-wise, they're very rare to see that kind of thing. Anakin is OP. Well, he is the chosen one, you know. He did bring balance to the Force. Amongst the duos, Rebirth Island. Yeah, you know, when I do streams, I always encourage people to hop in and join and play and stuff. I don't mind it at all, so yeah, I'll definitely probably do some Warzone if you catch the streams and hop in and that. Oh, jeez. Don't necessarily do a lot of duos, but that is like the playlist right now, so usually I'll do some warm-up stuff in Rebirth Island and that, but I'll usually do like 3s or quads in Verdansk playing, and I'll warm up, or every once in a while if I need to get things reinvigorated, I'll go back into the Rebirth Island in order to kind of reset, as to say, in that gameplay. Board the ships to gain time. I didn't board the ship, guys. Or were they boarding? Aren't we the droids? Why would we be boarding? Yeah, play with Obi-Wan. I'd like to play with Obi-Wan. Can't seem to get access to him because everybody else buys him so fast. Oh, are we the clones? Yeah, I think we are the clones here. I was shocked by Octopath too. I did not see that coming, and then it just appeared basically one day, and I was like, oh damn, that's so how did they get so fast? They were so quick. And since it has been a while, you know, be sure to like the stream so more people can check it out. Questions and stuff, let me know, and I hope you guys are having fun. And yeah, hopefully enjoying the action. And again, big thanks to those that donated at the beginning of the stream and stuff. You guys were tops. There was a couple of folks, so I definitely appreciate both of you doing so. Lurking in the streams lately. Oh, congrats on hitting 100K. I don't really know anything about your channel, so I mean, I'd have to look at it and stuff. I hope you've been enjoying watching in that. Yes. Playing with me right now. Somebody's playing with me right now as Freezerama. Oh yeah, they are on my team. I was gonna say for a second there, if you were on the other team, I would have been like more like playing against me. No, but that's cool. I'm glad you jumped in. I hope you're having fun in the match as well and stuff. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I always find that kind of neat. Back when we did Minecraft streams, I would have like like the whole game of like Hunger Games would be like people in the stream, and I was like, what do we do, guys? Can't fight each other. So hopefully I get to that point streaming. It'd be cool to have that many people want to hop into matches and stuff, because then you could set up some really interesting like battles and that.
Capture the objective.
Destroy the cooling vent.
Objectives. Get ready for phase 2, boys.
Oh, so we're actually on. Did we win there? I thought we were losing for quite a bit. I must just not be paying attention.
This is it, brothers. The final objective.
Battle it out.
Destroy it and we'll bring the ship down.
It's a rocket trooper. Remember, guys, it's just like the simulation. Uh-oh, Bosk was not part of that simulation. Bosk was not part of the simulation.
Targeting hostile.
Oh my god, I was shooting that guy point blank. I don't know how he's dying. Such a great quote. Yeah, EA Play is on Game Pass, which is awesome. Very good deal. The best deal in gaming, and actually maybe all of media Game Pass, if you think about it. I don't think any of the streaming services have close to that much value or content in them, which is kind of nuts.
Initiating a
Do I have Discord? Yes, there is a channel Discord. You can look in the description of the video, and there's a link to it. And yeah, you can communicate and reach out and provide details through there, and we can go from that point.
brothers.
Yeah. I think that's the easiest way to do connection and stuff these days. They got whoa, what was going on? How did I went, oh, the mines. You Bosk. Such a boss. I wish I could play as Bosk. I haven't been able to all stream. It makes me so sad. I don't even think I got to play. No, maybe I did get him last stream. I just like playing as him. Such a great character. I can do such damage with it. Yes. It was down to the wire and we won by 1 point. See, it's so hard to play a game and like communicate to stream at the same time. I miss these kind of things. But I just got the detail that it was, well, I mean, if you were watching, you would have saw that. But now I know that it was down to like 1 point and we somehow edged them out. So props to the clones. Big comeback against the droids. Oh, I got blasted away there. Are Ubisoft games coming to Game Pass? I mean, they keep rumoring that that's gonna happen, but it hasn't been confirmed yet by any means. I'm sure you'll see a huge internet thing about it, and we'll talk about it in depth if it does happen. But I have a feeling it'll happen this year, so we'll see if that's the case or not. But it's not been confirmed that Ubisoft Plus is it Ubisoft? Ubisoft. I think it's Ubisoft Plus, isn't it? That's something like that. No confirmation on that coming to Game Pass yet. So, wait and see, I guess. Kind of a big thing. It'd be pretty cool and add a lot of value, so yeah, awesome if it did. I don't like that guy, he just stabs me and kills me. So I want to be a Jedi, but I can't really get any of them available, which is sad. I think Yoda just got defeated. Maybe I could have been if I would have waited a second. Do I like Castle Crashers? Yeah. Castle Crashers is a true gem. Does that one have online co-op on it? I can't remember. Because that could be a cool stream, because people could jump in and do like battles on that one. I think it has online co-op, the remastered version of it. I have to look into that, I guess. That is a bad guy. Who's trying to run from Anakin Skywalker. Damn it. And shot up from everywhere. No, Obi-Wan Kenobi, man. I almost had him. I almost had Obi-Wan. You know, we were doing so well, and all of a sudden we're just like being held right back, and we can't seem to get any good push going on here. So hopefully the team kind of gets it going, and we can, you know, get a good push on those generators. I gotta spawn at the spawn. Man. It always has. Okay, that's good. Maybe a Castle Crasher stream might be fun sometime. That might be neat. Because then you can have people hop in. I think co-op games might be fun for people if they could just like jump in and start playing in that. Cool. Not to look at different things that I can do. You know, we're trying all kinds of different streams to see what people like. I definitely want to do another Dead by Daylight stream though. That was really quite fun last time when we did it. Kill the super battle droid. What are you doing, Obi-Wan? Get over there and cut him. God, being useless out there on the battlefield. You're supposed to be going like, hello there, and stunning everybody with your magical essence of the Force and the fact that you have your own Disney Plus TV show coming out. Yep. Pretty exciting stuff. Pretty hyped Star Wars things on the horizon, that's for sure. So that guy's going down that way. What is going on? Where's this? What is happening? Somebody was using the Force against me. I do not like it. There, like a bad guy down. Oh, there's a Super Trooper. Yeah. Not to be confused with the ABBA song Super Trooper, but like a legit Super Trooper. Come on, guys, we're not getting any push here. Well, we've done some damage. I just haven't myself been getting close to that room for a while. We've just been held back here. Tip by Delayed's broken. Works. It's still a fun game. It's just enjoyable to play. Some people take it very seriously, which I think is kind of nuts, but yeah. You're on Xbox One X, so you can't add anyone. Like, you do know that Xbox One X can play with, like, Series X players, right? Like, there's no restrictions. It's basically, like, the same setup. It's just a more powerful console, like Series X and Series S. Like, there's no difference in the multiplayer or anything. It's all the same ecosystem. Just so you are aware. Go, go, go! Why is this tunnel so empty? Maybe we should be going down this way. Oh, come on. Ridiculous. Come on, guys. We need to fight. I will run with Chewbacca. Why would you play as Chewbacca? It's like a weird character. Give us a Wookiee yell. Or do you think the Wookiees would find that offensive if you were doing their voice thing? Maybe they would find that offensive. Because they wouldn't know what you were saying in their Wookiee language. They would be like, what is this guy doing? That's a good question. We're breaking through, guys. We are breaking through. Oh no, it's Darth Maul. I'm hurting Darth Maul. Oh no, it's a droideka. No! Oh, Darth Maul, you're magic. Imagine Ubisoft Star Wars open world day one on game. That would be pretty cool. I'm very much looking forward to seeing what they do with that. I mean, I love the Division games, so I think they're gonna just absolutely rock a crazy Star Wars open world game. I can't wait. It's gonna be insane, I think. I'm so happy that there's gonna be lots of different Star Wars stuff now. And then the Indiana Jones game, you know, and yeah, there's so much good stuff happening, you know, gaming. It's exciting. Great future in games, that's for sure. There's a lot of fun stuff on the horizon. We are not getting good progress here. Oh, jeez. I don't know, guys. I think we dropped the ball on this. We're gonna have to go back to Naboo. Nobody wants to do that. Oh, man. I like the Xbox UI. It runs smoothly. I don't have any issues with it. The people dislike it. I always thought it was nice and snappy, and it's super quick now. Well, not always, but now it's nice and snappy and super quick. I find the PS5 UI a little bit hard to do. Oh, Obi-Wan, no. Yeah, I find the PS5 kind of stuff UI is a little bit hard to use. A little bit annoying in their menu, especially with how their store is integrated. I think that needs work, but you know, that's just my thoughts on it. The dynamic themes. Oh yeah, well they always start fresh, right? That's like PlayStation's thing. Not good at all. We totally lost this. We dropped the ball, guys. Where was the team out there? What were people doing? And why am I wearing the chic battle outfit on a map like this? Like, I don't know if you would blend in as well with this on this one, would you? Would a white like suit kind of blend in more on Naboo or not? Yeah, thinking of the camouflage stealth on this mission. You gotta shoot these clankus. Ow. Oh, damn you, Bosk. The character I wish I could be playing as. I was kind of hoping we get a Felucia match today, but I feel like we're gonna be bogged down on Naboo till the end of time. People say it doesn't feel next gen. I mean, it doesn't feel different, but there's not anything necessarily wrong with it not feeling different. I mean, they didn't spend all this time upgrading the, the thing, like literally like months before the new consoles came out, redoing the store, upgrading the UI, for them to like drop it with the new console, so. I mean, at least they constantly evolve it, right? Which I think is kind of cool. Oh, how do I die so fast? Oh, he's got the shotgun. That makes sense. Dropped me like a rock. Just like the droids. Those clankas did when we were trying to take the ship out. Dropped us like heavy rocks. Heavy rocks on Geonosis. It was not like in the simulation. Not at all. Health up. And let's give this guy some noob tube shots. Ow, that did not work at all. Any updates on Starfield this year? Well, the last rumors I heard was that it is happening this year on Xbox, so we'll see if that's true or not. I hope it's the case, but no idea on how COVID has impacted any of that. But yeah, last time I heard, the rumors were still saying a release this year, so till I hear otherwise, I'm still hoping that it is actually coming out this year. Because I think that would be awesome to cover, and I'm thinking of all the cool videos and streams and stuff I could do of Starfield. Oh, that was pretty cool, right? Strong with the Force, Obi-Wan is. Hello there. Can we sneak around back here? Yes, we can. Oh, and since it has been a while, be sure to like the stream so more people can check it out. Questions and stuff are great, and I hope you guys are having fun as we battle on the battlefront. What is that supposed to be? Is that like inside of a building? It's weirdly done. See if we can take C. Don't shoot Obi-Wan. Oh, Obi-Wan. The new store is clean. It runs very smoothly. Big fan of the new Xbox store. Yeah, it's definitely a lot smoother than it's ever been. At least I think so. I remember the old Xbox One store. It was a garbage store for so long. Oh man, it was atrocious. They finally got it going well. Took them years. That was always like one of my bigger questions with Xbox was like, why is the store so bad? That's how you make your money, right? You think you would want the fastest, best store you could possibly have, because that's how you make your money. You don't make it on these consoles. They usually lose money on these consoles. You make your money on your software. And if people can't get through the store well, oh man, you're losing out on money, right? It's got to be perfect. Absolutely perfect. Following Anakin Skywalker. Right into Order 66. It looks like that droid was having none of Anakin. That's for sure. Yeah, like I said, lots of good games on the horizon. Going to sub. Okay, cool. Hope you enjoyed the action and stuff like that. And then, like the games and everything like that. Usually quite a bit of Xbox content, I think, here. Decent amount. Needless to say. So you might find something interesting. Die! He just swatted me down. I was thinking of meleeing him, but I'm like, if I shoot him enough, he should die, right? 1 year was horrendous. Yeah. Now, I think that UI... I said now. I think that UI would have been good if it could run better, if that makes sense. I don't think the UI of the launch was necessarily inherently bad outside of the fact that it ran like garbage. Like the Kinect thing was kind of cool. You can move through it. I like the snap feature, but oh man, the performance, it was so slow. It was so hard to do things on there. That was weird. That was very weird. Did you see his body go? But yeah, I don't. You know, I'd have to take a look at pictures of it and stuff, but I don't remember having an issue necessarily with the UI, but having an issue with how the UI ran, which was just atrocious. Oh man. It got slowly better and better. I remember being there I was at E3 when they first revealed the big update they were doing to change the UI on it. So I was actually one of the first to get details on the new UI. Not the UI we have now, but the first UI shift they did, which I think was like 2015? E3 2015, I think they were showing that off. Yeah, I think it was E3 2015 they were talking about it. Do people still play Cyberpunk? Oh yeah, Cyberpunk's a huge game. I know it might sound weird and everybody talks really negative about it, but Cyberpunk was a massive hit. They made back their budget and stuff in like the first few weeks, and even, you can go read the articles, even with returns that they did, they still made way more back than their budget was, and the cost of marketing and the game itself in like the first week of its sales. Like, people may talk about it really badly and make jokes about it, but that game sold a lot. Now, long term, you kind of question about what the sales are going to be like, but it's still a big game. It's still like a huge, huge title. It's not as big as it could have been with the more positive feedback and stuff, but it's still like a massive title. It honestly is. Win one before calling. That would be nice. I mean, we won. I won. I don't know if you were in the lobbies the last couple times, but I think I won the last 2 or 3 matches in a row. Yeah.
You know what to do. Secure those positions.
Yeah, it should have been a next-gen title, Cyberpunk, I think. But then again, they didn't want to lose out on that market, and like I said, I didn't have a bad time playing Cyberpunk, because I played it on Stadia, and I played it on Series X. So it was fine on both of those platforms. Then I went and did a comparison video of the Xbox One regular console, and I was like, oh damn, this is bad. So I get the issues people had, but the experience also varies based on what you played it on, which is kind of interesting. Yeah, definitely for sure. Promised it's a game that didn't exist. I don't know. It's a very big game. It's very ambitious. I don't know what people were expecting. Like, so I saw it at E3 a couple times. One sec. Some water. Before I talk too much that I die in my voice. Oh, we failed? Come on, guys. John Woo Birds. So I saw Cyberpunk at E3 like a number of times. And that was basically the same game that released. What I saw at E3 and what I saw released finally. I think people had way too high of expectations for it, because I thought it was just exactly what had been promised to me in regards to open world, Cyberpunk, big dense city, lots of things you could do, different missions. I just think people were expecting maybe like Witcher level, or beyond Witcher level, and I don't know. I feel like expectations were too high in general for that one. But of course, people read different things over time and have different expectation sets. That's totally cool, but I thought I got what I had expected out of it, personally. Yeah. Should have delayed it another year. I don't know if that would have necessarily changed too much, but it probably would have helped quite a bit, I would say. You know, fixing bugs and stuff. I think the extra year of development would have been really good on it. I mean, we'll have to see by the end of the year, right? What they did updates-wise. I mean, the last patch notes, I did a video talking through all the patch notes, and it's like 35 minutes long. It might have been 40 minutes long. You know, because I was just like, oh, I'll do the patch notes, I'll do 20 minutes of gameplay, and I'll talk over it and do all the patch notes. And I was like, there are so many patch notes. It goes on and on and on. It's crazy. Yep. It's definitely crazy.
We can't let a bunch of
The Last of Us Part 2. Were there big issues with The Last of Us Part 2? I know there's a lot of controversy around that one, but I thought it released really polished. That one was fun to review. I covered that. I got to play that like a month before it came out, so I really got time to think about that one. Interesting. You don't necessarily get that with a lot of games, to, like reviewing something so far ahead. That was kind of nice. They're coming. They're coming from everywhere, guys. And since it has been a while, you know, be sure to like the stream so more people can check it out. Questions and stuff were great, and I hope you guys are having fun out here on the battlefront. Hopefully we can hold off these droids, because I don't want to lose Naboo. This is an important planet. That's why the Trade Federation was blocking them. I think, right? Whoa, I am going sky high. The Last of Us Part 2. I don't even want to dive into this conversation on The Last of Us. The game is technically like a defining masterpiece of the PlayStation 4, The Last of Us Part 2, from a technical standpoint. Didn't really like the ending of it, though. Didn't really make sense. In the second half, I didn't like it as much, but yeah, there's a lot of different opinions on that one, and I do not want to dive into Last of Us Part 2. That game is long, you know, release and everything like that, so probably won't talk about it again until the PS5 upgrade comes out. Or the factions. Whatever happened to the multiplayer for that game? Is that ever releasing? Do you guys remember that? There's supposed to be like a factions multiplayer or something like that? Yeah. I don't even know if that was real. I certainly haven't seen anything about it. There we go. Oh, jeez. They're sending in the supers. Just like the simulation. You go up there? Nope. Uh-oh. Not Darth Maul 2. What was Darth Maul doing up on that ship? Story-wise, it's dry and messy. That's definitely a fair thing to note. Yeah. I don't think I'm getting any of the Jedi heroes, so I'm going to keep running with the cool Republic Commandos, because that game, I totally forgot, is coming tomorrow. Fall back. We're being pushed back, guys. Everybody retreat. The guy's doing the dual pistols thing. That's cool. I like how I back rolled through the door. That was pretty epic.
Don't let the clankers destroy that objective. We're gonna use all we have for the defense.
Wiki Pepper is no more. I wonder why that is. Hold the line. They're coming behind us, guys. They're flanking.
They're taking out the target.
Get him, Yoda.
Darth Maul is here.
There's so many droids out here. It's ridiculous. Oh, geez. I'm not even close to where we're supposed to be defending either. How do I get over there? Does anybody know where the doors are? Oh, jeez. Okay, I'm gonna shot in the back. Where is that coming from? I do not know. Alright, let's get up to the battlefront, the actual front of the battlefront. And I think I'm good on that stuff. Okay, let's keep going. Oh, General Grievous is always on the battlefield. You can't go 2 feet without seeing that creepy crawly guy running around. I get a good flank going on here. Noob tube! Oh geez, they're coming behind me. They flanked! No, Republic Commando! I could buy him again. I don't think I need him. See if we can defend these generators well enough. Defend the reactor. Oh, I guess they're reactor cores. It's General Grievous doing his thingy where he's on his feet. That's not good. New game reveals. Oh, well, you're gonna have to probably wait till like E3 or something for the big game reveals, I imagine. Apparently Xbox is doing a smaller April event, but I think that's gonna talk about the game streaming that's coming. Well, basically, it used to be called xCloud, you know, now it's Xbox Game Streaming. I think they're going to announce that in April, coming to iOS and Windows 10 on that day. I assume is what's going to be at that reveal event, opposed to necessarily new games. Maybe they'll show off like Psychonauts or something, I don't know. But I think it's going to be mostly focused on their cloud infrastructure. It's at like a build event or something like that. Oh, and there is, I think this Sunday, they're doing an Age of Empires reveal event. So I'm kind of excited about that. They're going to be talking about Age of Empires 4, updates for the other games, and I have a strange feeling we might get Age of Mythology Definitive Edition. So, might be a cool event to watch if you guys are Age of Empires fans. And I think it's Sunday. I believe it's the 11th, whatever that is. General Grievous is right here, and he made me grenade myself, and he's cutting me up like I'm salami pieces. Not cool. Yeah, it would have been nice to have more Battlefront support, but I mean, they're probably working on Battlefront 3 right now, so it's kind of like, you know, Battlefront 3 and, you know, the new Battlefield and stuff. Eventually you gotta end support for these games and work on the ones, right? Because I don't think this one necessarily was, like, as huge of a hit. Like, I mean, they continued it for a while. It was a big selling game, but it's not like a long-term engaged game, it looked like. I'm assuming that's why they kind of cut support on it after a while. General Grievous looks so cool and so terrifyingly powerful. Yep. It's kind of nuts. Let's finish strong, guys. Let's defend this post. I just want to win. This game is like never ending almost, right? It's the battle that never ends. I wonder if that one guy is even still in this battle. I'm surprised if he jumped out of here. Oh no, it's droids! Ow! Whoa! I exploded. Let's see if he's still in here. Yeah, no, he's holding steady. He's in this battle till the end, I guess. No, I missed Obi-Wan! Want to use the Force? Strong with this one. Crap, of course the door closes as soon as I get my grenade launcher out. Go, Obi-Wan, lead the charge! For the Republic!
Follow my lead. No time for
Okay, looks like we're all good on this. Hold steady, guys. Hold steady. I think the enemies are the other way, though. I think we should be defending the generators, because it actually looks like they're going to blow them up. Which is not good. Not good at all. Oh, jeez. Push hard, guys. And now we're getting flanked, too. Where are we getting flanked from? Ah, who cares? Push forward. Follow the train of other troopers. Kill Count Dooku. How is Dooku still alive? I'm honestly shocked there. Place my grenade launcher? I think that's what it is. Something like that. Man, they are messing up our generators. Go over there and kill them all, guys. Or we are going to lose this. We have not been defending very well, that is for sure. They have snuck right in. And they are decimating the core of our ship. Oh, come on! 4 kill streak, I fell off the ledge. End of the year release date. I think Halo Infinite's coming out on like November 15th or around there, because that's the 20th anniversary or whatever of the franchise. And of the Xbox. So I'm hoping they do some kind of cool Xbox celebration for the 20th or whatever. I think that would be really cool. Wait, so what about She-Hulk fighting? Could finish Octopath. Oh, gonna finish Octopath. Good luck with that. I hope your adventure goes well and you have an enchanting journey on that venture. Hopefully we're gonna stand strong here and not lose. We don't have a lot of generators left. Ow. I don't know, man. We don't got a lot to hold off on here. They're really pushing hard. I think we might lose this. Don't care for Abby. But what about Abby? Oh no. Don't be hating on Abby. She's just doing her best out there in the wasteland. Being big, being tough. Yeah, that was definitely an interesting character, needless to say. Oh, come on. I got just annihilated there. The bad spawn. It's gonna be close. I don't know, guys. Do you think we're gonna get this? Oh, crap. It's like he's just waiting for me to turn the corner and he just, like, annihilates me. Did we lose? Really? We actually went fighting for another ground battle there. That's fantastic. I thought we were going to be finished off here and we were going to be done for the stream. So we're going back to the surface, guys. Still got more life in us left, and I need to stretch my legs. Have I played Telltales of the Walking Dead? Yes, I actually quite loved it. I used to review them as they released. I have played... I haven't played the last season, though. I have it there on the console, I just haven't played it yet. I've just been basically neglecting it, which isn't great, but, you know, eventually I'm going to have a night where I can sit there and just kind of, like, you know, work through it and finish it off. I think that'll be a pleasant time, but, yeah, I've done the first 3 seasons of it, and the spin-off stuff, and everything like that. I've actually done, like, all the Telltale games, I think, except for that final season. Just because I didn't, like, get it to review right off the bat, because usually I would review episode, and, yeah, it didn't happen, so I was just kind of like, I know, it was weird and got caught up with all these other things that I was working on at the time, so. But yeah, it's a wonderful story. Clementine is the best. And yeah, I need to finish it off at some point, I guess, and see how everything kind of goes. That would be delightful. Yeah. Love the game so much. Let's win it here. That would be the hope. I was kind of hoping we'd finish it earlier, because our stream is definitely peaked at this point, I think. But I'm sticking with it. We're going to see the end of this journey and then see what happens. Hopefully it is victory for the clones, because we've already fought them tooth and nail to keep it going. So, yeah. It's also why I had to take this more relaxed, laid-back positioning on my chair. How am I not shotgunning these guys? I'm shotgunning like crazy. Why aren't they dying? Season 1 is the best. I really like Season 2. Season 1 was pretty cool, but I don't know, I like Season 2 because you get to see a little bit more of a grown-up version of the character, and I thought it was pretty intense. I think that was also my first real introduction to it. I had tried, like, the demo of Season 1, and I don't remember liking it. Then I remember getting Season 2 to review, and I reviewed every episode. Then I went back and did Season 1 when they did, like, a package of it or something like that, and I was like, oh, this is really great, this is really emotional and stuff. And then I did the 3rd season, I was like, this is so, and, yeah, now I just gotta kind of wrap it up, I guess. When I get a moment, someday. Eventually I'll get to it. That's for sure. Oh, and yeah, since we're on the ground now, I guess if you guys haven't already, you know, be sure to like the stream. You got questions, stuff, let me know. We hope you're enjoying the action, and hopefully we get a big win here. Again, one more thanks to the folks that donated near the start and stuff. That was great. I do appreciate it for sure. And yeah, supports the work I do, so that was really nice of them. So, and thanks there. And let's keep this battle going. That was a pretty good kill streak there. That was nice. Hopefully I get a chance of being Obi-Wan. I don't know if I will, but we'll see what happens, right? To the battle front. Yes. Oh, I'm getting shot at. That guy does not have good aim. No, Grievous, leave me alone. Leave me alone, Grievous. He's crazy, I tell you. No, he's coming at me with the things. Oh, jeez. I almost killed him, though. Like, I put good chunks into him. Like, good chunks of shotgun in his face. Hate the 3rd season because of Gabe. I can't remember, like, I can't really remember the names and stuff for the characters. I think the child I found was kind of annoying. I didn't really like that angle of it. Yeah, I thought that was kind of strange. There was someone else I didn't like about that season. I don't know, it was weird. The direction of it was a bit strange, but yeah. I don't think it was necessarily bad, but I didn't like it as much. I do remember that being like a big issue. I'd have to go back and look at my scores and everything. See how I rated all the episodes and that. I miss the Telltale stuff. It was so awesome reviewing that, because you'd have like a new, you know, the episodic things. You'd constantly have new stuff that you could play every month or so. There was always like a new thing, like Guardians they were doing. Telltales, Tales from the Borderlands, and you know, they were doing the Batman stuff was awesome. At E3, I got to see the reveal of Telltale's Batman. It was super cool. They had a guy dressed up as like Alfred, and he was serving you drinks before, like, while you were waiting and mingling. I got to watch it with some of the Rooster Teeth people. Also, the one creepy Rooster Teeth guy that got cancelled. Oh, I totally forgot about that guy. Yeah, he was there too. That was interesting, I guess. But yeah, it was a fun little event, because then they, you know, you were at this like, I think I don't know what you do, Wayne Manor or whatever. You're kind of like in a Wayne Manor area, and you got Alfred serving drinks, and he's like, "What would you like?" And you take your drink, and then after you get a little bit drunk, you get to go into the back room and watch the presentation. It was really cool. It was very, very cool. Wolf Among Us 2. Yes, they are making the Wolf Among Us 2. Very curious to see how that one turns out. Actually, I don't think I finished that one either. Maybe I did. Did I finish that one? I think I got really close to the end of that one. I don't know if I finished it off. I might have to go back and do that one too to prepare for the next season. How dare I neglect the final season? It's a time thing, right? It's just like, you know, it's time based. And yeah, I think Game Pass would be just ripe for episodic content. That's why I was saying, you know, a good purchase would be Don't Nod, because they do Life is Strange, they do episodic stuff, but I don't think they're gonna get bought now. They're, you know, they got new studio stuff. I don't think that's gonna. Them or Telltale would have been pretty good. Telltale back in the day. I don't know what this new Telltale's like. You know, because it's not the same Telltale. That's for sure. Maybe it'll be a better version. I have no idea. We'll have to wait and see. But you know, it's definitely like a different group. Let's finish strong, guys. How is that guy not dead yet? I noob-tubed him like crazy. For the Republic! Pretty excited to play Republic Commando though tomorrow. It's gonna be fun. Make a video off of it. I think it'll be a very popular video. I hope it will be. This is definitely awesome when YouTube videos do well and I make money. I was kidding. No, it's fine. It's definitely something that, you know, I need to get done eventually. It's like a missing part of my focus of games is doing that. Come on, guys, let's go. Just like the simulations. Destroy the cooling vents. We did not do much damage on these cooling vents last time, I gotta say. Like, they are, like, still pretty healthy cooling vents. Whereas the other team literally just needs to shoot us like once or twice if they get back to our battle zone. We'd lose. Oh, come on. I was getting a health read there. They lost all their IP licenses. Oh yeah, they did Game of Thrones too. I forgot about that. I mean, they didn't lose them. All of the IP licenses expired. It's hard to make a gaming company based on other people's IP because you don't ever necessarily own it. Because it's funny, because I think the Minecraft story mode stuff, I believe, might have reverted back to Microsoft, because I don't know what the setup is around that licensing wise. And because they did Minecraft story mode too. God, they made so many cool, interesting story games. I love that kind of content a lot. So I definitely miss it. Anyways. For their IP and stuff, because I know Tales from the Borderlands has reverted back to Gearbox ownership-wise, and now Gearbox is owned by... Who did they get bought by? The Embracer Group, which is like THQ and stuff, so that's definitely interesting. Borderlands one. The Game of Thrones one was not very good. No, it's not very well done. I thought it was gonna be good. I remember really liking the first episode because it was like, oh wow, they like killed off this one guy like right off the bat. That's insane. And then from there, I just remember it kind of being like, you know, it's hard to do something like that because you want to exist within the universe, like of the show, obviously, but you're also not really allowed to do anything too crazy because you can't impact the show to any high degree. You're kind of filling in gaps almost, which I think takes away from the potential of what you can do with that type of series. Wow, was ever down there doing all that work? You're literally carrying the team on your back. I think that's Obi-Wan down there or something. Finish it off, guys. We got this. Are they just throwing bodies on it? We did it! We blew up the generator. We're so expendable. We're gonna die in this aircraft, though. We did it, guys. Minecraft. Actually, Minecraft had like a decent story. Like story mode was actually pretty good in that. This is surprisingly surprisingly heartfelt and well done, especially with the Reuben the pig and stuff. Yeah, it was crazy. Good times indeed. I do miss that. Anyways, hope you guys had fun. I think that's the end of our adventure. It was definitely enjoyable. I hope everyone had a good time watching and battling on the Battlefront.